Testing, testing. 1, 2, testing. We are indeed, Amanda, and we are broadcasting live from the outskirts of Wichita, Kansas, upon the campus of Wichita Collegiate High School and Middle School, but we are inside the high school gymnasium, home of the hosting Collegiate Spartans in night number 2, game number 2 of the 23 T-Bird Circle Classic. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you on the call. Thank you, Grizzly Nation, for tuning into our favorite station, 106.7 KLKC, or on our YouTube live stream, KLKC Sports, ran by Lucas Hayward. As the Lady Grizzlies come into tonight's contest, Ian, at 1-1, coming off of their first loss of the year at home just a couple nights ago, so looking to rebound right away. They fell to Mulvane by just 2 points, Ian, on Tuesday night, but this is a collegiate team that they throttled last season.
Yeah, I'm looking for a big game today. It was a harsh loss Tuesday, and I think coming off of that, we learned a lot about this offense and defense and where they stand at, and so I think today is going to be a great rebound game, like you said, and it'll be good.
Before we take a look back at Labette County's win in the ladies contest over Collegiate last year, we'll take a quick glance back pick up where we left off Tuesday night. Certainly did not have the outcome in which Grizzly fans were hoping for against a Mulvane Wildcat squad that's very seasoned, but the Landry O'Brien, Caton O'Brien duo continued to be fantastic this season, scoring 33 of the team's 44 points. Ian, maybe we can look for another double-digit score here tonight. Nevaeh Jones got awful close, 8 points on Tuesday. She's only going to get better.
Oh, yeah. Nevaeh is a very, very great athlete. You can't hold her back for long. She's going to explode one of these games, and we'll be ready for it. So I think Caton and Landry still going to get those points for us on offense, but we do need to look for somebody else to score those points for us whenever they do get off the court and onto the bench. Get someone off that bench and score for us because we need those big time.
This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Lady Grizzly basketball, and again, if you'd like an update aside from something of audio or a visual, you can follow me on Twitter and get game updates throughout both games tonight. Jack Leak on Twitter. Grizzly Radio is the username. I believe it's Grizzly Radio 1, actually. Just under 5 minutes until tip from Wichita Collegiate High School, as we're going to take a look back at the game against Collegiate last year, where our Lady Grizzlies won it by a score of 72-17. Yes, you heard me correctly, 72-17. It's a Collegiate team that, needless to say, struggled to score the ball. Their leading scorer does return. Julia Herman had 7 of the team's 17 points last year. And a Grizzly that really shined against this Spartan squad last season, Caton O'Brien, had 21 points last year. Ian, I'm not sure how well you remember that night. A fantastic night for Lady Grizzly basketball, but not so much in terms of an injury as it was the game last year, almost year to date, where Landry O'Brien hurt her wrist. Certainly do not anticipate any injuries tonight, but it was a roller coaster of a night against Collegiate last year.
Yeah, it definitely was a great night for the Grizzly basketball team, but just a harsh loss in return with Landry going out for practically most of the season. Last couple of games she returned, but we needed her big time during the season, and we lost her early in the season. So looking to see her to come back for a redemption game, maybe.
Yeah.
Get that injury off her chest and back into points for us.
11 different Lady Grizzlies scored the basketball last year against Collegiate. Of course, when you have a lead as comfortable as Coach Vollmer did, you're going to put in some of those rotation players, but that certainly does not take away from what they are capable of, because a lot of those players who got in and chipped in 1 or 2 points include the following: Kinsley Boss, Aubrey Boss, they'll play a lot tonight. Reagan Roberts, she'll play a lot tonight. So some of these players who just kind of were bench players, came in after we got a big lead. No, they're a big part of this team this year and should look to play a lot against the Spartans tonight. As the home team does make their way into the gym, the Lady Collegiate Spartans only actually have, I believe, yes, it's 8 players on their roster, so lower numbers for the Lady Spartans, but they do have a couple players. We got here really early. There was no one here. I mean, nobody but a couple girls from either team out shooting, and then that was it. But they looked, the 2 girls I saw shoot looked really athletic.
Yeah, they looked like they could shoot that ball. So hopefully our girls took notes when they were out here and realized that they can shoot that ball. So hopefully we get a hand in their face tonight and not make us pay for not paying attention to that.
Again, this is the Tank Connection pregame show of Lady Grizzly basketball on 106.7 KLKC. 2-minute mark until tip of our ladies contest. Of course, the boys will follow. As always, that will be a goodie as well. We're going to take our first break. It'll be 30 seconds, and we'll be back with the rest of the Tank Connection pregame show. The 1 minute mark, as I'll kind of get into this and see if they are going to do the anthem or not. Amanda, we might just take another break. They don't have a band in here, so it might be hard to hear, so be prepared for a potential 2-minute break should they do the anthem. But a few quick numbers for you from our last game against Mulvane. Kaiten O'Brien put up 23 field goal attempts on Tuesday night, and a lot of those, you know, she loves to get into the paint and try to put up some of those running layups. So Kaiten O'Brien, we look to score tonight as they are doing the national anthem. We will be back in 2 minutes with starting lineups, the scene setter, and tip-off. Starting lineups for both teams are being rattled off here by the PA announcer just below us inside Wichita Collegiate High School Gymnasium. Starters for the home team we will start with. Number 0, a 5'5 junior, Tatum Downing. Number 4, a 6'2 junior, Julia Herman. Number 5, a 5'4 junior, Lainey Conrad. Number 10, a 5'4 senior, Kaylee Villagomez. And number 23, a 5'9 junior, Langley Overman. So a 6'2 center position piece in there for the Lady Spartans of Collegiate. Interesting to see how the smaller Labette County squad handles that. And starting for the Grizzlies, number 10, a 5'6 senior, Kaiten O'Brien. Number 11, a 5'7 senior, Nevaeh Jones. Number 22, a 5'5 senior, Addison Rexwinkle. Number 23, a 5'8 junior, Landry O'Brien. And number 33, a 5'9 junior, Kinsley Boss. Head coach for the Grizzlies, Brianna Vollmer. Assistants, Heather Wilson and Madison Evans. Head coach for the Lady Spartans of Wichita Collegiate, Dylan Heath. Assistants, Chris Porter and Tracy Williams. Tip-off coming up soon, each coach getting one last word in with their squads. We will be back with that after tonight's scene setter of Lady Grizzly basketball. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons. Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! As Collegiate won the tip and scored underneath the basket. So 2-0 home team early. Landry O'Brien looking for a 3 in the lead, and she'll miss it. Rebound Boss. That's Kinsley, the starter. Skip pass to Nevaeh Jones off the outlet, nearly steps out, saves it into Kaiten O'Brien. She'll pound it baseline, shoot a floater, too strong, tipped high in the air. Rebound fought for, and Collegiate has it. Ian, did you see who scored the bucket for Collegiate?
I think I heard who he said. I think it was Tatum Downing.
Okay, thank you. Keep my scorebook as accurate as possible. 2-0 Wichita Collegiate. Underneath they go, and Herman, the 6'2 center who played well against us last year, scores.
Yeah, it's hard to defend someone so much taller than you. So I'm gonna be surprised, or not surprised, but like I'll see how they defend that.
We'll certainly see a smaller Lady Grizzlies squad. Landry O'Brien misses her second three of the game. And Nevaeh Jones, there we go, fought for the rebound, but a jump ball was signaled in. It'll stay with the Lady Grizzlies playing in their road red uniforms for the first time this season. Gold trim and black numbers. Collegiate in their home whites with kind of a faded gold and blue scattered throughout the tops. Here's Kaiten O'Brien with a nice up and under and scores.
Really good fake up and then goes under and makes that basket. Really good shot right there. As Downing does get past our press, almost turns it over.
Lady Grizzlies in that infamous token press try to trap him at half court, and it forces a Coach Heath timeout. That'll give us an opportunity early in this one to thank our sponsors for making our job possible. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, and Olson Ace Hardware. 4-2 Collegiate with the basketball coming out of the timeout with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Ball will be tossed into their point guard, Downing. She scored the first bucket of the game. She's trapped, pitches it, stolen. Nevaeh Jones the other way. It's a 3-on-2. She'll keep it. Scoop shot with the right, no good. Rebound, Herman. And Collegiate trying to get across Addison Rexwinkle, and they can't. It's poked out by Rexwinkle, though.
Yeah, Herman just uses her high over, just grabs that ball right out of her hands and just takes it.
Landry O'Brien and Kaiten O'Brien trying to give the point guards of the Spartans a few fits here, and a foul, I believe, on this side of half court. It is on Kaiten O'Brien, her first and the team's first of the quarter.
As we saw last game, Jack, the Reds kind of just let us play, so I'll be surprised or shocked at what they do this game.
Yeah, as it can be an adjustment going from one officiating crew to the other, and it does vary by region sometimes. I've noticed that over the years, so we'll see how it fares up here in the Wichita area. A ball poked out of bounds by Labette County's post defense on the inside. Collegiate gets a chance to inbound underneath their own hoop. Herman, standing at 6'2", catches it near the top of the key. Sloppy pass to the corner, but it's corralled by Downing. Her pass isn't. It's stolen. Boss poked it. Landry picked it up. 1-on-4. She'll attack it. Lean. Shoot. Misses short. Gets her own miss. And misses again. Collegiate with the board.
She did fall hard there. I think she hit her head a little bit, but right there she kind of has to just make those shots. I mean, it's a tie ball game right there. Gets her some points on the scoreboard, but couldn't capitalize on that opportunity right there.
Herman is fouled. Boy, Labette County's defense, that's a good point you made, Ian. Maybe they're used to how the game was officiated on Tuesday. They're really being aggressive, trying to get the ball, and already a couple fouls called on them.
Yeah. So I do think they're going to back up just a little bit, get a little bit off that press defense that we have.
Here's a pass over the top of Kaiten O'Brien. That doesn't work most of the time. It's tipped. Nevaeh Jones is there, and jump ball number 3 of the game is called, favoring the Grizzlies.
Yeah. Was that Kaiten that tipped that ball?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Kaiten does tip that ball away. Nevaeh's right there just to kind of rip it, as the Collegiate girl does, just try to grab onto it and then jump ball.
5 minutes and counting first half. 4-2 Collegiate. Labette looking for the tie or the lead. O'Brien, that's Caton inside, travels, and it is signaled in.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to get that, like, one step she usually does, but she stepped twice, so she did just get that travel there.
Labette County looking to force another turnover. I'm not sure if you create a jump ball and it favors you, if that goes down as a turnover forced or not. Probably not, but Labette County would have a couple already, then a few jump balls. Collegiate gets it inside. Herman turns, shoots, hits the rim 3 different times, somehow gets her own board and hits a nice fader from 6 feet. She's got 4 of her team's 6.
Wow, I mean, that was a good shot right there. I felt like she just kind of threw it up and it just went in.
Nevaeh Jones drives, has it poked away. Collegiate showing some dominance here early, but Herman's pass is intercepted. Boss thrown way up ahead. Nevaeh trying to close in on her is a Spartan, but it won't be enough. Pump fakes and scores. Nevaeh Jones gets a bucket.
Good turnover right there by Labette County, just getting that opportunity on the other side and scoring it. So it will cut this lead to, I think, 4-6.
Yeah, they haven't credited Nevaeh Jones with the bucket. I'm sure they will here during this stoppage of play after we have, I believe, another foul on Labette County. That's on that is on Landry O'Brien, the team's 3rd, her 1st.
Aubrey Boss into the game for Labette County.
Yeah, as Aubrey does check in for Addison Rexwinkle. So we have both the Boss twins out there, I think, just to kind of get Herman off this scoring drive she's been on.
As they are doubling Herman, and she'll turn and score again from that short corner position.
That might be her shot right there. We need to take notes and try to defend that.
Landry left open for 3, left wing, hits the rim short, tipped about. Aubrey Boss has got it. Tries to shed some white jerseys, finds Jones for 3. Strong, backside board, Landry, clean up, got it.
Good rebound right there. I'm happy to see that we are scoring on our offensive rebounds. Usually we just throw it up, but we're making better shots, as it should be 8-6 on the scoreboard right now.
As Coach Wilson went to talk to the scores table, and they still haven't changed it. Labette County gets a steal. They will, though. It is 8-6. As here's a drive by Caton for the tie, off the glass, Strong. Good tip out, though. Tracked down by Kinsley Boss. Good job by the senior, Caton O'Brien. She'll try to let it fly deep left side, too strong, but it rolls off of a Lady Spartan. That's Downing. A couple possessions ago, a few Lady Spartans checked in. Chloe Villagomez, Clara Monahan, and Maddie Turns all checked in for the Spartans. Landry O'Brien checks out for Labette County.
As Reagan Roberts does enter. And I think
Officials timeout.
Okay.
As both teams were kind of confused why the whistle was blown, but it was because Coach Vollmer contested the score, and they finally got it put up there, so it is 8-6.
Yeah.
2:44 to go in the first quarter. Caton O'Brien to inbound. This has been a completely different, at least start to the game compared to last year, where Labette County won 72-17. Jones top of the key, head fake and drives, loses control of the ball, turned over. Collegiate coming the other way. It was Monahan on the steal. Now Caton gets it right back. She'll Euro, nearly travel again, and it goes off of Boss. It goes out of bounds. Labette County kind of tripping over their own feet a little.
I thought that maybe it went down on Collegiate right there, so surprise call on to me.
We'll see if Collegiate can capitalize on the many opportunities they've been given. Here's Villagomez, double team by Roberts and Boss. Backside pass. They go to Herman. She's old reliable. Puts up another shot blocked by Aubrey Boss.
I think that if that's not blocked right there, that might be another shot from that same spot that she has been taking it from, and just makes another turnaround jumper.
Collegiate's defense have given Our Lady Grizzlies some scoring fits, and here's another turnover. Kinsley Boss loses it, and it has to be picked up by a Labette County cheerleader and handed to the official, as Herman's going to take a break, replaced here by a number 25 that we don't have in the scorebook, so we'll try to find out who number 25 is. Coach Vollmer not happy with her team's early performance, calls a 30-second timeout, and that's when we'll return on KLKC.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Minute 50, and here's a steal by Caton, 90 feet from the basket, and lays it in. Good timeout by Coach Vollmer. Another pass tipped out by Aubrey Boss. Lady Grizzlies with some energy out of the timeout.
Yeah, that was a good start right there out of that timeout by Caton, just grabbing that pass. She just kind of jumped up and grabbed it and then went up for that 2-point and converted it, as we almost did get another turnover right there, but luckily it went out of bounds for Collegiate.
95 seconds, first quarter, tied at 8. Tip pass by Caton, stolen by Kinsley Boss. Caton wants a step back three and gets a three. 11-8, Lady Grizzlies.
Yeah, really good shot right there as Collegiate almost turns the ball over, as number 5, Conrad, does pass it to the middle of the court to Overman, who passes it to the corner to number 12. It turns, almost travels.
It is number 23 is Overman. She's wearing 25 as Conrad knocks down a three.
Yeah, that was one of the girls we were talking about pregame who was shooting out beforehand, as Reagan Roberts does drain a three, making it 14-11. Back to Conrad real quick, as Kate does steal the ball and goes up for a left-handed 2-point layup to make it a 16-11 lead.
Lady Grizzlies on a big run here, 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Reagan Roberts with a nice three-pointer, looked good the whole way and fell.
Oh, yeah. She has a quick shot, by the way.
She does. Very good release. 5-point Lady Grizzly lead, 22 seconds. First quarter, Collegiate with possession. Conrad fresh off of her three-pointer. First points of the night on the last possession. Dishes it to the top of the key near the mid-court stripe. It's Turns with it. Right side finds the point guard Downing. Interior Herman with good post position. Gets it after it was nearly stolen and scores it with 2 seconds left. Lady Grizzlies won't get a shot off as Caton O'Brien will let one fly and almost make it, but it didn't matter. Julia Herman with 8 of Collegiate's 13 points in the first quarter. It's a surprisingly good one here to open in Collegiate. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Lady Grizzly basketball.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Coach Vollmer called a timeout with about 2 minutes left in that first quarter. Lady Grizzlies trailed 8-6, and then they end the first quarter up 16-12. So she said something that set right with her girls as they went on a big run in that final 2 minutes. Spartans turn it over on their first possession of the second quarter.
I think Collegiate right here, if they didn't have Herman in this game, it'd be quite like last year, to be honest.
Libby Poole in the game for Labette County, and Landry O'Brien back in, frustrated with either her teammates or the defense as nobody was really running, as Poole nearly loses it out of bounds and thought a whistle was going to be blown, but Collegiate picks it up, and here they come. Double teamed underneath by us is Turns, and she's bailed out by her head coach. Timeout, Coach Heath. And is it a full? It is. So I apologize, but we will step aside for 60 seconds, a full timeout.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
The 5 on the floor for Labette County. Caton O'Brien, Landry O'Brien as a three-pointer here by Collegiate, strong and no good. Allie Martin, Aubrey Boss, and Nevaeh Jones. Grizzlies lead by 3, 7 minutes, first half. Caton O'Brien wants a straightaway 3, too strong, hits a wire above the rim, but rebounded by Boss. Caton wants another 3 and gets another 3. 19-13, Lady Grizzlies, Caton O'Brien on a tear.
Yeah, she just keeps scoring points for us over and over again, as she did last year against Collegiate, throwing up a lot of points. I don't remember how much you said, Jack, but I knew it was quite a bit.
She already has a handful here tonight. Underneath, Herman will miss the layup. Tipped about, and Nevaeh Jones has it.
That couldn't have been any more open than of a shot as you could take, and she just bounces off the back of the rim and then in front of the rim and misses it.
Caton drives and misses a little runner in the short corner, one of her favorite shots to take.
Wow.
And pivoting and stepping out of bounds is Turns of Collegiate. 2 Grizzlies check in. That's Kinsley Boss and Addison Rexwinkle. They get Aubrey Boss and Allie Martin, who had a bit of an ankle roll this week in practice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is correct, Jack. And she did roll, I think, yesterday in practice, and she was planned to start today, but she did get that ankle roll, and then that forced Nevaeh Jones to start today, which I think we all expected Nevaeh to start once in this season.
As Addison Rexwinkle scores a bucket off the inbounds for the Lady Grizzlies, and the Spartans are trying to get their feet back under them after a solid start to this contest. Grizzlies look to be in a 2-3 zone here as Herman launches a deep 2 that misses and tumbles off of Addison Rexwinkle.
Yeah, just kind of threw that shot up, thought she was going to make it, and just hits off to the right of the basket.
Ball goes into Herman, gives it right back to her point guard, and she gives it back to Herman. Skip pass left wing 3, too strong, and they might get Landry O'Brien on a foul.
Yeah, she pushed her in the back. I think that is on Landry. Yeah.
Fouls on number 23, Landry O'Brien.
That's her second and the team's first of the quarter. As I don't know if Collegiate's been called for a foul yet. There haven't been a lot of fouls called yet, but I don't think they've been called for one, as Herman has her shot blocked, and Labette County gets the rebound off the block shot. O'Brien with a dozen points of Labette County's 21. They lead by 8. Here's Nevaeh Jones, head fakes on a 2, drives, leans, shoots, and misses. It rolled around the butt of the rim and then fell down.
Very good take right there by Nevaeh. Just couldn't get it to fall. Just an unlucky shot.
Nevaeh defending the ball here. It's Turns with it, dominant with her right hand, doesn't like to go left, takes a couple dribbles with it and gives it to Herman. She's been really nice for this Collegiate team. She doesn't have much to go. Downing at the volleyball stripe takes a dribble, tries to find their post piece, and throws it against the wall to the left of us. Out of bounds turnover Collegiate. Libby Poole in for Nevaeh Jones.
Yeah, Collegiate's just having a lot of turnovers this second quarter so far, and that's not helped them out at all. As Herman has tried to score some points, but her shot is taking a little bit of a dip this second quarter and hasn't made anything. Yeah.
Clara Monahan and Kaylee Villagomez back in the game for the Spartans. 4:40, let's try that again. First half, 21-13, Lady Grizzlies over the Spartans. Addison Rexwinkle with a one-handed pass to Boss, who turns and heaves it near the water fountains. Boy, a lot of these passes are well off the mark for both teams. Another turnover for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of turnovers in this game in general, as Collegiate does tend to take the beating from it a little bit more than us.
As another trap is trying to be enforced on the point guard. Downing gets it over the top of the double team of the Grizzlies. Now they punch it into the 2-3 zone to Herman. Kicks it out. Here's a driving layup missed by Turns, and Kaiten O'Brien skies for the board and comes down with it. She'll push the other way, now retreat, wants a step back, right wing three, misses short. Poole underneath, nice find. Rexwinkle, she'll let her three fly and pop.
Really, really good shot. Really good shot by Kate in general, but then that offensive rebound right there helped us out a lot by finding Addison on the outside to make that three-pointer for us.
The Spartans have yet to score in the second quarter. 24-13 Grizzlies. Here's a short shot by Herman, missed as well, tipped about, Poole down on the deck with it, coming away with the ball, those Downing, stripped away by Kaiten. Boy, Special K doing special things here in Wichita.
That was a good one. Hopefully right here we can score some more points for the offense, as Libby Poole does have it in the top of the key. Finds Reagan down below, but turns the ball over as Herman will get the ball for them and then does travel. As some new Grizzlies will check in, it will be Nevaeh Jones and Aubrey Boss that will check in for Addison Rexwinkle and Kinsley Boss.
3:09 first half. Lady Grizzly lead is 11. Backside pass for Roberts is blocked by Herman, but the putback is good by Aubrey Boss.
Really good block by Herman, but Aubrey Boss was just right there to pick it up and score for us.
Collegiate still empty. A goose egg here in the second quarter. Labette's kind of gone to a bit of a zone, and it's giving them problems. Here's an open three, though, by Downing that banks home. Why did I open my big mouth? 26-16 Grizzlies now.
Yeah, just kind of had an open shot, took it, hit off the bank, and just rolled around the rim and went right in.
2.5 left in the half, gone by fairly quick. Here's Aubrey Boss, blocked at the top by Herman. She's got a few blocks on the young evening, and the Grizzlies will throw it in from underneath their own basket.
Yeah, Herman using her height just there, just blocking anything that comes down to the post.
Kaiten throws it in.
Good
Reagan, yeah, nice pump fake this time. Gets Herman to bite, misses though. Backside board by Boss. She misses, and it goes out off of Labette County. And Collegiate ball, they say, on a little 3-0 run, looking to add to that.
Yeah. Just some good shots, good pump fakes here and there, and then just couldn't capitalize on the offensive right there. But we do have her trapped, Collegiate trapped, as Kaiten almost does go away with the turnover, but just goes out of bounds. Or else that would have been another turnover for Collegiate. As Kinsley Boss does check in for Reagan Roberts.
You know, the one thing I like is some teams press all game, but Labette County, as they nearly get another steal, ball's on the deck. I'll finish my thought in a moment. A jump ball is the call. Lady Grizzlies ball this time, but a lot of teams press all game. You know, sometimes they like to do that. But Labette County presses all game.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're down 3 with 30 seconds left.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
hard.
even like up by like 20. We still press them and we still get those turnovers and score. We just want to put a beating on our team and just don't look back and just keep our foot on that pedal as Kate goes up for a three-pointer and misses it. As we do get the offensive rebound right there by Libby Poole, but she gets it taken away as Then Kinsley Boss does get it back and then gets a turnover again. So Collegiate will get the ball away as Collegiate does turn over the ball again. That sounds like a broken record, honestly.
That's how this game is going. Nevaeh Jones is going to try to score, misses the layup, shot it too high off of the window, tipped out by Kinsley Boss. As, yeah, a lot of these games do tend to go in similar fashion. Jump ball, turnover, pass out of bounds. And every once in a while, you'll have a scoring streak from either team.
Yeah.
As Caton O'Brien is going to go get a drink of water. 5 on the floor for the Grizzlies are Rexwinkle, Poole, both Boss twins, and Nevaeh Jones. 92 seconds to go in the half. Lady Grizzlies by 10. Still with that press, making it hard on the home team. They break it, though. Herman with a high dribble that's nearly stolen. Backdoor wide open is Downing, and she scores. She was left open on the backside block.
Yeah, like you said, turnover, and then they scored finally. So Collegiate does get themselves back into this game as there is a foul on Collegiate on number 25 over men.
That will be just the team's first of the quarter. In fact, both teams just have one foul this quarter as Kinsley Boss is blocked again by Herman. That's her 4th block of the game. And this is just an 8-point ball game as they're on a 5-0 run right now. As here's Boss with a big-time steal coming the other way. Doesn't feel the defender behind her. Finds Rexwinkle, though, just in time. Jones underneath. Kick out. Poole looking for a 3 off the glass. Misses it. Tipped out. And they're going to say that's off of Labette County. Coach Vollmer maybe wants a foul in the back on Collegiate, does not get it, as Coach Heath is going to send in a substitution. That's Turns. She'll get Villa Gomez.
I do like when both the Boss twins are in. I feel like we work together a lot better, I would say, maybe. It just feels more comfortable for the team.
They are good glue pieces.
Yeah.
Steal by Nevaeh with the reverse right-hand layup. Falls off of the mark. Collegiate with the board. 30 seconds to go in the half on a 5-0 run.
Hopefully we can get another forced turnover by Collegiate right here to score up before halftime to get us up by double digits.
15 seconds. Downing. She's got 7. She was one of the young ladies in here shooting when we walked in. She'll pitch it off, though. 6 seconds. 26-18. Grizzlies in front. In the corner, Downing. Nowhere to go. Tipped by Labette County. They don't see the clock and don't get a shot off. Lady Grizzlies with a nice defensive possession to close out the first half, but credit Collegiate for keeping it within arm's reach. 26-18 favoring our Lady Grizzlies. That first half flew by here in Wichita. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. the Collegiate High School band, or I don't know, it might be a jazz band, Ian. I don't know, or a rock band, but they're over there tuning up their bass guitars. A drum set is up on a pedestal, kind of like a stage. Subs and speakers over there getting ready for maybe either the boys' game or the second half of this one, but the first half was fun, as we'll go ahead and break that down. Lady Grizzlies lead the Collegiate Lady Spartans 26-18. Leading scorers for you for Labette County, Caton O'Brien with 12 and Julia Herman with 8 for Collegiate. Ian, Labette County was down 8-6 after a slow start with just over a couple minutes left in the first quarter, and Julia Herman, I believe, had 6 points at that moment in time, and since then, she's just had 2. She did not score in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think the turning point for us is whenever Coach Ballmer put in the Boss Twins, both of them, whenever they both came in and they just kept boxing her out. So our boxing out looks a lot better than it did Tuesday. We are definitely getting a lot more rebounds than we did on Tuesday, as well as offensive scoring. We've done a lot better on that as well. At the first quarter, we were trying to go quick, and we knew we could go quick with them, but we couldn't. We'd always have not smart passes or bad possession or something like that would happen, and then we would get down, and then they would score on us. So I'm glad the second quarter we did a lot better on that, and we scored a lot better. Our defense looks tremendous, as it always does. We're just making shots, and it looks good for us. I think without Herman, to be honest, they wouldn't be close to us right now.
Yeah.
And we'd be up by a lot more. But she's come in with some couple blocks and couple rebounds over us, so she's helped out Collegiate a lot.
She absolutely has. Labette County doesn't really have anybody really threatening a 6'2 player. They do have J.D. Caldwell, a 6'1 sophomore, listed on their roster, but we have not seen her yet this season. But, yeah, I mean, a height advantage for Herman, absolutely. Other scores for Collegiate, Downing, Tatum Downing, helped out her big teammate. She had 7, that's Downing, and Conrad had 3. Labette County had 6 different scores in the first half. Again, Caton O'Brien with 12, 9 of those in the first quarter. Addison Rexwinkle with 5. Reagan Roberts hit a 3-pointer in the first quarter. Nevaeh Jones, Landry O'Brien, and Aubrey Boss all chipped in with 2. At the end of the first quarter, it was 16-13 Lady Grizzlies, and the Lady Grizzlies went on to outscore Collegiate 10-5 in the second quarter, giving us our score of 26-18. Ian, this is a game where it felt like, okay, it's going to break open. I thought maybe Labette would go up 15 at the halftime break. Then they went cold, and Collegiate didn't get hot, but scored enough to make it a single-digit game.
Yeah, it feels like we should be up by a lot more than just 8 points right now. But towards the end of the second quarter, we just kind of, like you said, we went cold, and we just couldn't get anything started, and Collegiate couldn't get anything started, but they did score enough to keep it close enough to keep it somewhat of a ball game. So
yeah. I mean, that Coach Heath has to be happy with his squad and saying, hey, look, we have a chance. How you started the game and how you ended the first half, if you take away some of that nastiness in the middle, if you're Collegiate, this is a real close game. But, of course, credit Labette County, of course, being relentless. They did give Collegiate a lot of fits with their press, and both teams had a lot of turnovers. Labette County was able to capitalize on just that many more than Collegiate. As the band does begin to play, boy, they got
a live singer going at it.
They've got 3 guitars over there, a drum set, and a young man singing over there. Is that Crazy Train? That's Crazy Train.
It is.
And it sounds pretty good. So
wow.
I'd love to sit here and just listen to that, but we still have a halftime show to do. We will go ahead and take a 1-minute break and come back with the last couple minutes of the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. 26-18, Lady Grizzlies in front. Welcome back, basketball fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you on the call. Lady Grizzlies looking to not necessarily pick up where they left off at the end of that first half, allowing Collegiate to go on just a 5-0 run, but the 0 is the most important number in that phrase because Labette County did struggle to score in the closing minutes of that second quarter. Yeah, Ian, we talked about it just a little bit, but they could have a lot more points simply if they were just a little bit more under control.
Yeah.
It felt like they were, last year whenever you beat this team 72-17, you might anticipate success being a little bit easier than it actually is, because Collegiate's played hard tonight, so maybe slow down a little bit and those points will come.
Yeah, you still got to work for the win, even if
Right.
you think it's just going to be handed to you. You just got to keep scoring points, getting stops, and, Kane looks great out there, so hopefully she can continue scoring for us.
She does have 12 of Labette County's 26 points. Addison Rexwinkle does have 5 and is a big reason why this is an 8-point lead for Labette County, and in a good way, because all of her 5 points came in the second quarter where she was the leading scorer in that quarter. Each coach getting one more word in with their squads. Again, Labette County, to give you a visual, is in their road reds with black numbers and gold trim, and Collegiate, the Lady Spartans, in their home whites with blue numbers and kind of blue and gold checkered bottoms and tops. Looks kind of like Parsons Vikings uniforms, to give you a visual. Labette County will open up on the floor, moving from our right to our left, and Collegiate from our left to right. And the Spartans will maintain possession to open the third quarter, and here we go.
As it looks like we are starting off in a 2-3 defense to start the second half, as we got a travel call already on Collegiate. Collegiate's honestly just been beating themselves in this game with all these turnovers they have.
Kaiten O'Brien will waltz her way across the navy blue half-court stripe, and she'll drive, pivot, and kick. Landry, entry pass. Kinsley Boss takes a dribble on the 6'2 center, doesn't like it, kicks it. Jones touches the paint, shoots a running hook, misses. Backside rebound missed as well by Boss. Fought for, tipped out by Herman, staying with the team in red.
Yeah, we go up for a shot, and every time I see some red under the basket, and we're just going up for rebounds and getting those second chance shots.
Kaiten throws it into Landry as the Spartans are in a 2-3 zone of their own. Kaiten gets Herman to jump, pulls up from 10, gets it. Nice move.
Just starting where she did last half, getting those points for us, getting those good shots up and scoring. As we do get a turnover already at half-court line. That was Addison Rexwinkle who got that turnover.
Landry has it in the corner after the steal. Rexwinkle pump fakes, drives herself, puts up a floater, and gets it. Labette County on a 4-0 run to open quarter number 3.
Yeah, kind of like how we did in that second quarter, where it was like 2 minutes left in the first quarter, where they did have like 2 minutes left in the game. They just kind of had stops on defense and scored. That's kind of how they're starting off this third quarter.
Spartans do turn it over, throw it out of bounds. Getting sped up is Collegiate. Back to Labette County goes the Rock, up by 12. 6:45 third quarter. Nevaeh Jones left wing in front of her team's bench. Again, Labette County moving right to left. Kaiten O'Brien manning the ship, dribbling with her right hand. Gives it Landry, left side, wants a 3. Rips the cords and puts 3 more on the scoreboard. Labette County up 15.
Really great shot right there by Landry as she just drains it right in her face.
Coach Heath might call a timeout here in a minute. He won't be able to. A 10-second violation, and Coach Heath just looks on and lets his shoulders sag.
Yeah, our defense looks amazing, Jack. I think this whole season, this defense is going to give every team they run into a hard time.
That's such a good baseline. If you want to give your team the best chance to win, even if the team you're playing is way better than you, play good defense. As Addison Wexwinkle knocks down a 3 from the top of the key, and she's got 10 points, first time in double figures for Wexwinkle.
Yeah, she's playing great this game, and as Landry does get a takeaway right there, goes up with the left hand and does finish it, as she will get a 2-point. As Coach Heath does call a timeout.
Big run for Labette County to open the third quarter up by 20, a 12-0 run here in Wichita. Back in 30, KLKC.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
A 12-0 run to open the third quarter for the Lady Grizzlies have given them a much more comfortable 20-point lead as Collegiate double dribbles. That's Downing out of the Coach Heath timeout.
Yeah, Collegiate is just, like I said, they're just being themselves. All these turnovers are not helping them anywhere close to get back in this game.
5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That 12-0 run took 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Nevaeh Jones for 3, dies off the front of the rim. Outlet pass goes to Downing, who's picked up by Kaiten O'Brien.
Yeah, Jack, we're just making a lot of shots this third quarter, and we just keep going up. Should be a kick or a foul. That is Landry's third foul, I do think.
It is Landry's third and the team's first. First foul committed by either team in this quarter, and Libby Poole's going to check in. Maybe, yes, they get her in, as well as Aubrey Boss. Landry comes out, of course, and Aubrey comes in for her sister, Kinsley. Two-three zone for Labette County. Still, they are posing defensively. Right wing. Turnez has it, drives right corner. She'll have to pick up her dribble, defended by Jones. Her pass is swiped at by Aubrey Boss, but Herman has it, finds the point guard Downing. She played well in the first half. Dribbling with her right hand, wearing blue basketball shoes with a Nike swoosh on both sides. Left side Herman dribbles with her right hand. Around the clock, right corner, Downing again. Labette County zone as well. Turned over by Aubrey Boss, rather a steal by Aubrey Boss. Good possession defensively by Labette County.
Just another turnover right there by Collegiate, as Libby Poole almost does travel right there, but luckily she doesn't walk any more steps.
I could hear the whistle, but it never came, as I guess that she quit moving just in time. Nevaeh Jones on the left wing gets into the blue painted area, misses a runner, and a jump ball might be called. Oh, they let him play. Ripped away by Collegiate. Fighting for it is Kaiten and Aubrey, and there's our jump ball. Possession, Lady Grizzlies.
As Kaiten looks to inbound it to Libby Poole and then passes it back to Kaiten, who does just pass it back to Libby, as that shot will be off, as Nevaeh will get the offensive rebound and go up with it and shoot a 2-point shot and make it.
40-18 Labette County, 14-0 run in the third quarter. Halfway mark has been passed with 3:44 on the clock, and it comes to a halt as the ball's tipped out again by the Grizzlies' pesky defense. Turnez throws it in to Downing, picks up her dribble, punches into the 2-3 zone to Herman, calls for it, does Downing, gets it back, jump stop. Herman wants to drive, nice hands. Kaiten O'Brien the other way, switches hands right to left. Left hand layup, good.
Good take right there by Kaiten O'Brien, going up with the left hand. Not very many people can get that left-handed layup down, so going up with left hand on a fast break is very impressive.
16 points for Kaiten. Another trap. Wexwinkle in there on the effort this time. Ball squirts out, and the referee says red basketball, and that's Labette County.
Yeah.
Reagan
What?
Roberts.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just getting a couple subs here quickly. Hold that thought. Reagan Roberts and Kinsley Boss come in for Katon O'Brien and Nevaeh Jones.
One thing I have noticed when we are on defense is we always have a hand out. Whenever the offense, like any offense, does pass the ball, we always have a hand out trying to get that steal away, and that's a very good look for our defense.
Reagan Roberts, who hit a 3 in the first half, pulls this one down hip level and continues the ball movement. Left short corner, that's Kinsley Boss, holds the ball above her head with both hands on it. To her sister Aubrey. Pivots, spins, continues the movement. Nobody's in the paint. Now 2 players slash. Aubrey on the entry pass. Foul on Collegiate. They're going to get Overman on the foul.
Collegiate fouls on Langley Overman. Her second. Team's first of the quarter.
With Katon and Landry and as well as Nevaeh on the bench, we do look to see some new people. Well, not so much Addison, but she will take her 2-point shot and make it. But that will make her have 12 points for the game, as she does look pretty good today.
Addison shooting the ball so well, as that's got to be offensive, as Collegiate's just shoving Addison. And I think they did end up calling the offensive foul. I think. He's not signaling to the scores table right now.
No, I think it was. As Landry does check in for Addison.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be our ball, possession our ball, so Landry will have it at the top of the key.
As no foul was granted to anybody. Maybe she stepped out, I don't know. But it's Labette County's ball with 2:15 third quarter. Landry wants a 3, cans it.
Wow.
48-18, Lady Grizzlies go up 30.
Jack, every time we shoot that ball, I feel like we're going to just make it right now. We do not seem to miss that ball very much.
Collegiate yet to score in the third quarter, 2 minutes and counting. 48-18 is the score, and it was 26-18 at the break. Here's a jump stop, tip, stolen. Landry going the other way, 2-on-1, might get the and one, but she'll have to settle for 2 free throws as she hit the deck hard.
That was kind of scary.
Yeah. She had to kind of.
That's what happened last year. It was a fast break, and then she fell on a race. As Emery Baker will check in for Kinsley Boss. That is a new face we haven't seen this season yet.
O'Brien at the line shooting 2 shots.
Emery, a talented multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
First free throw's good for Landry, who goes to get a high five from Baker and Boss, and nobody gives her one. Stood there for a moment, then they finally got the message. Landry looks for her second and gets it. Landry's had a huge third quarter.
Yeah.
With 10 points in it alone. 50-18 the score. Conrad, the point guard. She hasn't ran point much tonight. Came off the bench for this team, but she does here. Hand off to Overman, loses the ball behind her back and had to pin it against herself. Poole might get a steal. Poole does get a steal, and a foul going the other way. Libby Poole with a nice defensive effort.
If there's no foul there, she passes it up to Landry, and she'll score again. But there is a little slowness for number 25, Overman, to get up from the court, as she seems to be fine, just a little hit in the head or something. She just laps it off as Landry will inbound it to Libby Poole. Reagan is wide open in the corner, shoots it and airballs it.
Rebounded by Overman on the backside, and her outlet pass hits the bottom of Labette County's basketball net, but it does find its way to the intended target. On the other end with it is Turnez. Left short corner looking for their first points. No good by Villa Gomez. That's Chloe Villa Gomez. Her sister Kaylee is also on the team as well. 60-second mark and ticking. 50-18 Labette County on a big-time run in this quarter as Reagan Roberts loses it out of bounds off of Overman, though, who ripped it out of her grasp. Checking in is Nevaeh Jones. Let's see who she snags, and she'll get Reagan Roberts.
Is Herman in foul trouble? Because I haven't seen her much in this third quarter. I
don't know, actually. She's sitting down here by the coach. her coach on the end of the bench as a jump ball signaled in. This time it'll go to Collegiate. Yeah, that's a good point, Ian. I overlooked that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
just saw her sitting down there, and I was like, I don't know why she's not in trying to score for them, because she has been one of the leading scorers for Collegiate.
Even if she does have 4 fouls, throw
her in
there.
Just throw her in.
33 seconds. We'll see if Collegiate can get their first bucket of the second half. Picking up her dribble, that can't be a good decision as Turnez finds Monahan in a similar situation. Dribbles with the left hand, pulls up from 14, misses it. Rebound Boss, that's Aubrey with 17 seconds left. Landry waltzes it up, speeds up now, finds Poole right wing, into the corner, Amory Baker. Back to Landry, 9 seconds. She jab steps left, gets her man to bite. Floater, dies off the front of the rim. Putback is missed as well. There's Aubrey with an effort and traveled with 3 seconds left on the clock. Collegiate will get it on the far end of the floor.
Maybe they can get a half-court shot off here and make it, get them some points in the third quarter.
Ball goes
as
in.
They turn it over almost? No.
Yeah, Landry almost got the steal. 1.1 came off the clock. So they'll have 2.2 to try to catch and shoot from about 3/4 court length. They throw it in. It goes to Turnez, and she will heave it from half court. If it gets there, looked good but came up short. That's the end of 3, and Labette County held Collegiate scoreless in that quarter and piled on the scoring themselves. Big quarter for the Lady Grizzlies. 1 minute break, KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Some organic music. That's not coming out of a speaker. That's being played by the Collegiate student body. Sounds pretty good.
A concert over
rock
here right
tunes.
now.
It really is. Lady Grizzlies won the third quarter 24-0. And the clock's already running for the fourth and final quarter here in the girls' contest as Labette County nearly turns it over, and Libby Poole saves it and then throws it away. Up ahead is Overman. Left-hand layup is good.
As that will be their first score of the second half. They're making it 20-50, Labette.
On the floor for Labette County is Reagan Roberts, Madison Bevins in there as well, Libby Poole, Aubrey Boss, Nevaeh Jones. And checking in now is Amory Baker after Labette County turned it over underneath the basket. Baker gets Aubrey Boss.
Yeah, good choice by Vollmer this quarter, just to see some fresh faces touch the court and see how they do in this varsity run here.
Already Collegiate started out the fourth quarter better than they did any of the third quarter, and they get another positive play here, as that's the first time that we have said Herman's name in a while, as she's fouled underneath. She scored 8 points in the first quarter and has not scored since.
Those are some big points in the first quarter too. I'm surprised we haven't seen her much in this game after that.
Her first free throw is good.
As Anna Cottrell checks in for Nevaeh Jones.
Two dribbles for Herman. Her second free throw is good as well. She is the lone Spartan in double figures. 50-22. Grizzlies, 6:10 to go in the game. Pass inside to Bevins. She'll pass it out to Roberts. Looks for her second three of the game. Looks good, but misses it strong. gets her own rebound and is fouled from behind. Possession will stay here.
Good shot by Reagan right there. Just misses off the back end of the rim, and just she gets her own rebound and then draws a foul. As Cantrell looks to pass it in, and will pass it to Poole on the outside three-point line as Anna looked to shoot it, but she elects to pass it inside to Emery Baker, who will not draw a foul as she goes up.
Poole will settle with it now beyond the three-point line and miss one of her own. And Collegiate has it. They've scored 4 unanswered points in this fourth quarter. They've looked better this quarter.
Yeah, they have looked a lot better this quarter, but just a little too late to go on a run or anything as they are down by 28. That's a good backhand.
Yeah.
Wow. Good backhand layup by Monahan right there, as it will give them another 2 points to their deficit.
Here's Bevins at the top, wants a three, hits the front of the rim, goes near the right elbow into the grasp, waiting arms of Downing. And here she comes now. Coach Heath using these as moments to learn, build confidence, and gain some experience as well. As catching it now on the right wing is Villa Gomez for Collegiate. On the floor, that's Kaylee Villa Gomez. She'll work it around the outside. Downing goes up, under, pulls up, and misses it. Tipped out. Overman saves it into the hands of her awaiting teammate, Chloe Villa Gomez, who buries the jumper. Or was that Monahan?
That was Monahan again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as we do see some life out of this Collegiate offense, but just a little too late to see that happening, as Emery Baker does pass it to Anna Cottrell at the top of the key, who will pass it to Poole, who will dribble it up to the top of the three-point line.
4-minute mark in the game. Bevins underneath looking for her first varsity bucket. Misses, backside rebound. Libby Poole with a nice effort. And then they're going to get on the foul for Collegiate, Villa Gomez. Couple Spartans check in. Chloe Villa Gomez and Maddie Turnez comes in for Tatum Downing, as well as Kaylee Villa Gomez. Libby Poole takes a couple dribbles, kicks it to the right wing to Roberts. 2 Grizzlies are in the paint, now just one. It's Cantrell. Here's Poole left open, but elects to continue the movement. Cantrell at the top of the key straight away. 1 dribble with the left hand. Bevins screens away. Here's a cut. Baker tip out to Roberts. Fortunate situation there. Coach Heath clapping on his defense. Poole blocked, but a foul is called underneath.
Is this the first time we've seen someone to the line this half?
Landry shot 2 free throws in the third quarter, but the first time for Labette County in this quarter with a running clock, 2:50 and counting.
Yeah, that is one thing that we haven't seen much of, is people going to the line.
Yeah, there really haven't been very many free throws shot in this game. There were not any free throws shot in the first half. In fact, Libby just shot the 5th free throw of the game in total, and looking to make the second as she missed the first. Libby's second is good. Nice adjustment there from the senior guard. Her first point of the game.
As it does look like Labette will be running a man-to-man defense right now, as Villa Gomez misses that, and we will get the rebound and push it down the court, as Poole does lead this offense at the top of the key, and will pass it out to Bevins.
Here's Baker at the top. Now she'll dish it out with 1:45 to go. Back to Roberts, closed out well this time by Turnez. Roberts had almost her second 3 of the game fall a couple possessions ago, and she'll maintain the rock, throw it inside. Cantrell working on Herman and misses, and a foul going the other way on Cantrell as Vollmer and Anna exchange smiles.
Yeah, I think right there she's just trying to waste some time to see how these new players off the bench do in this lead, and try to see if they can waste some time and get some points, possibly just to have fun.
Corner three in the right by Conrad is buried. And while, it has been an impressive fourth quarter by Conrad, Labette County is playing some of their bench players. Not that you would expect another team to succeed because of that. But Wichita Collegiate has left a lot of their starters in the game, still down by a good margin coming into this quarter. 51-29 the score. Lady Grizzlies in front with 37 seconds to go. It's been a running clock most this fourth quarter. Here's a pitch and a steal. Herman comes away with it, and her outlet pass goes out of bounds off the outstretched fingertips of Villa Gomez.
That's kind of been the story of this game, is just Collegiate would get a steal or a takeaway, and then they just pass it, make a bad choice, and then just pass it away or turn it over, and that's been the hardest thing for them.
10 seconds to go in the game. See if Labette County just stands there and dribbles with it or tries to run a play here. Libby Poole has it swiped nearly out of her hands. Roberts in the corner with 1 second left, and boy, Collegiate did not stop until the end. Got to give Coach Heath and his team credit for that. Buzzer sounds, and the Lady Grizzlies move to 2-1 on the season and 1-1 in the T-Bird Classic. Up next is Circle, 6 o'clock Saturday night. 51-29 is the final score. We will hear from Coach Vollmer here shortly as part of the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Boys contest still to come. Stay tuned. A lot of good things coming up on the broadcast. We'll start with the 2-minute break. Lady Grizzlies are victorious.
As we bring you back to Wichita Collegiate, where we are waiting on the boys basketball game to start, as there is only 20 minutes of time here, as the boys will come out to come warm up as Jack does return.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, right, Ian?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
As I was a point short in the third quarter, but I will admit it turns out I just added wrong. I wasn't off on my points, so I'm a little embarrassed by that. I had to go check with the scorebook keeper. But, yeah, Labette County Lady Grizzlies win 51-29 on the back of a 24-point third quarter compared to Collegiate's 0 in that third quarter. I'll add up some individual scoring totals for you while Ian gives us his thoughts on tonight's victory.
Yeah, the first quarter, we came out quick, and so did Collegiate. Collegiate came out looking good, and they stuck with us, as Herman did score a lot of points, and they looked pretty good. It looked like it was going to be a good game. They were going to stick with us and give us a good run for our money, and then things just kind of went bad for them. They had turnovers, and they just started looking worse as the ball game went over, and in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, we did really good, as we did had those takeaways from K10, and then they just kept scoring and scoring, and then after that they just kind of went on a cold run in the first, or actually that was the second quarter, my bad. Second quarter they kept up, and then the last little bit of the second quarter they just kind of went cold, and then they had a little 5-0 run, like you said, coming into that halftime, and it was only an 8-point game, and we were like, hey, this is a lot closer than we thought. And then halftime they came out, they looked amazing, they went on I don't even know how much run. I think it was like a 25, we'll say around there, 25-0 run, and they didn't score a single point in the third quarter, and that's what really caused Collegiate to lose the ball game. And so
it really was.
So not scoring, and that just did not help them at all. Fourth quarter, they just kind of stood where they were at. They only scored about 6 or 8 points in that fourth quarter, and that it's just a good ball game for us, we'll say that.
You make some very good points there that I don't really need to add to, because all I would do is take away. So I'll go ahead and go through these individual scoring totals for you. We have plenty of time. Again, this is the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. As am I at an NBA game? Ever since the boys team for Collegiate ran out, this place has turned into a club.
Right.
I mean,
I don't even know.
My goodness, they cranked the music. The band was feeling good. I mean, my goodness, if you're on our live stream, that is not me shaking the table or anything. That's from the bass in here. I mean, I don't know what's going on, and I don't mind it. But anyways, individual scoring totals for you. Caton O'Brien had 16. Addison Rexwinkle had 12. Landry O'Brien had 12. Aubrey Boss had 2. Libby Poole had 1. Nevaeh Jones had 4. Reagan Roberts had 3. For Collegiate, much better performance from them here this year. Herman had 10. Downing had 7. Conrad had 6. Monahan had 4. And Overman had 2, as we are now joined by head coach of the successful Lady Grizzlies here tonight, Brianna Vollmer. Coach, you win the third quarter. I had 24-0. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, that was a big deal. We went from up 8 to 30 in a blink of an eye, and before I knew it, I was like, holy smokes. They did everything I asked. We knew this team would be relentless. They're not going to go away, and they never did. And they really struggled that third quarter. We talked about some things that we need to work on. We didn't go back to the drawing board. We just said, hey, lock it down, do your jobs, and we did that on the front end of a press, and we were successful. I'm happy with my kids.
That third quarter was kind of a perfect moment based on what you just said, because that's something we talked about post-game against Mulvane on Tuesday. Was last year it was, okay, how can we rewrite and redraw? This year it's like, man, we're doing so many things right, but it's just not kind of developing in the manner in which we would like. And that third quarter, the first half felt kind of like that same way.
Yeah.
Getting maybe sped up a little bit, some turnovers, and the third quarter was one of those moments where you did the same things, but they were executed perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm going back to the first half, we just kept doing the same things over and over again. We never made an adjustment. It took us like 4 errors in order to fix it, and we just can't do that. We talked at halftime about being able to fix things quicker. Like, we can't do that late in the season, and we need physical games like this, and we can't pout about it. And, we really took a turn, and it starts with our defense. I'm going to continue to This is a very offensive-minded team, and I understand that. And I mean, you can't teach offense. We can be more disciplined defensively, and we did that, and they did everything I asked. Another goal of ours was to not underestimate this team. They're a ton better than last year, and we knew that. So we did. Yeah. We played hard. I won't take that away from us in the first half. We didn't really like the defense they were running. They're running man, but it was a very sagged man, and we love to shoot, and we almost shot ourselves out of that. But we made adjustments, and our defense started it. So I'm pleased with my kids. The kids in the fourth quarter did their jobs too, and that was always the goal. Save some legs.
That's right.
We're 2.5 hours away from home. We turned around and play again on Saturday. So Caton was mad. I think she wants my steals record at the school, and she was like, "You should have let me." And I'm like, "No, it's okay. You need to get off your feet." So I'm happy with my kids.
Yeah, absolutely. That squad that played all fourth quarter held their ground very well. Let's see. Yeah, Addison Rexwinkle had 12 points. I think the Burlington tournament last year was whenever she kind of raised her head a little bit. Landry, last year, this is the game where she got hurt.
Yes.
So Addison's role got a lot bigger last year after this game, and here she is this year playing really well in it. Talk a little bit about Addison, and her shooting was really fabulous tonight.
Yeah, I think Addison's one of those kids that kind of lurks in the darkness, and then she just jumps on scene, and she did the same thing last year. And I think she's just stepping into her role. She's playing competently right now. I'm most pleased with her defense. You always see her. I mean, Tuesday night, she had a huge steal that, took us within 3, and then tonight she's doing some of the same things and just coming off of screens, and she's knocking it down, and we need some kids with confidence. I feel like we're a little down. I got the pad out last night and kind of beat on them a little bit because we're missing some bunnies, and we've got to finish. And, Addison's just have some confidence, and we're going to roll with it. We're going to take it, and I'm excited about her.
Circle is Saturday. That's kind of the fun part about Circle Week is I talked to Coach Argebright, should you lose, you have another game 48 hours later to make up for it. And here you guys are capitalizing on that tonight. Play again in 48 hours at Circle. Last year, a game where, if I remember correctly, just a real slow start, and the score was a lot worse than maybe it should have been. So that'll be a fun one again.
Yeah, of course, I had my issues last year during the collegiate game, and, we're coming off a big injury like Landry, and, it was a very quiet game. It was just a very awkward feeling in the gym. And,
it was.
We let their kids just do whatever they wanted to do, and I think it's going to be a different feel this year. We're going to come in and shock some people, and if we play as hard as we possibly can, we're going to be in every game that we play this year, and that's the goal on Saturday, and continue to get better. The whole reason that we're even playing this tournament is so that we can see some physical teams, see some teams that we don't see normally, and I'm excited about it.
That's right. Go make those T-Birds feel you on Saturday. That game will be at 6, boys to follow. Of course, the boys are about to tip here in about 12 and a half minutes. Coach Vollmer, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you Saturday evening.
Be safe going home.
Thank you, Coach. You as well. Head coach of the varsity Lady Grizzlies, victorious this evening 51-29. As I mentioned, just over 12 minutes until tip of the boys contest. That will do it for our Lady Grizzly basketball broadcast. They moved to 2-1 on the season and 1-1 in the T-Bird Classic. 2-minute break. Back with the boys Tank Connection pregame show. The tunes are still rocking here in Wichita Collegiate High School Gymnasium as both teams are down below us, putting up some pregame shots and getting warm on what was actually a pretty warm day out today. 9:20 until tip-off here inside the gym. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow with you on the call. Lucas Hayward manning the ship on the YouTube live stream. Ian, Labette County boys coming off of a disappointing performance at home. 0-2 on the season, still looking for their first win.
Just a very disappointing 0-2 start so far, but I look forward to this game. I think it'll be very good. I mean, we've seen Hudson do phenomenal, 19 points each game, as well as Xavier put up 7 points last game, and it was just in the first half Xavier did that, but I do feel like he'll have a breakout game sooner or later. As I did tell you on Tuesday, Jack, that this team kind of feels like that one year whenever Eli and John Redford and there was Hudson there. And we
Alex Meister,
yeah, it was a great team, phenomenal team. And we started off very slow, and then we got to that Burlington tournament, and then ever since then we just skyrocketed. I kind of had that feeling with this team right here, and I feel like it's very talented. Sooner or later, we're gonna skyrocket, and we're gonna have a phenomenal, fast, streak of winning. A win streak.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm all for that. I'm ready for it to happen. And let's start it tonight, shall we? 8 minutes until tip. This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball, as they are the visitors in the second game of the T-Bird Classic, taking on the #1 team, at least in the words of Coach Argabright. I assume he is correct in that, but I will quote him if you don't mind, Coach. #1 team in 3A, the Collegiate Spartans, always producing big names, as years ago in 1997 they graduated Maurice Evans, went on to play in the NBA. Grady Dick played for Kansas. Any Jayhawk fans might know that name. Is playing for the Toronto Raptors. He did not graduate from here, but he did play here for a year or two. Big names come through here. One of those schools that kind of reminds you of Miege when you walk in the gym. It's not, this big, vast, what you would think a gym would look like for the #1 team in 3A, but then you look at the walls and the banners are everywhere. Behind us, you can barely see any of the brick behind us, as it's all just banners. So successful program, one of those schools that just stacks up the wins, stacks up the trophies. I was looking in their hallways at all their trophy cases. They win not just in basketball, but in a lot of other sports as well. So our Grizzlies have their hands full this evening. But hey, don't forget, last year it was a close one. Labette County played at home against Collegiate last year in the T-Bird Classic and had them right where they wanted them, but just couldn't quite close out on the back of Hudson Baker's 16 points.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a good game. Collegiate does have a lot of good players that we have we seen this past couple of years, as well as just an all-around great school in general, just in every sport. As we see up there, they were state champions last year in baseball, so they're just an athletic school filled with athletic kids. So Wichita Collegiate will definitely give us a run for our money, as we do hopefully see a lot more people start scoring for our offense on our boys' side, not just Hudson or not just Xavier either.
A freshman point guard. His name's Jaden Parker. He's a sophomore this year. He's not starting for Collegiate tonight. I don't think there's any speculation there. He just isn't a starter. But last year, he was a freshman and scored 21 points in Harrison Gymnasium and had 14 points in the second half alone. So the sophomore point guard is only going to get so much better, so much better, so much better each year. As a freshman, he was outstanding. So you have to keep an eye on the sophomore point guard, Jaden Parker. He'll be coming off the bench tonight, though. A lot of names to watch for Wichita Collegiate. James Shackelford is a 6'2 senior, can really shoot the basketball, as can his fellow wingmate, Brett Wetta. He's a 6'2 senior. Just a lot of names you got to watch. And then they have David Chegg underneath. He's a 6'7 junior. We'll get into their starters later, but those are a few of the names to keep an eye on. So for really the first time this season, Ian, Hudson Baker is going to see his height contested from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, I think tonight we're definitely going to see Hudson have a little struggle under the basket, but that's where I was saying earlier where we do need to see some more people step up for this offense and start scoring for us. And I think Dylan Johnson will have a good game tonight, as well as Xavier. I think Hagan will get a lot of assists, as Barrett has been playing very good defense and offense on both sides of the court. So Barrett Hessen, I think Barrett might be on their best player. Well, obviously not the 6'7" kid, but maybe Shackleford, he may be on him, but Barrett plays phenomenal defense and has been playing very good for us the past 2 games.
4 minutes until tip-off, and before we take our first break of the Tank Connection pregame show and look back at Labette County's matchup against Mulvane on Tuesday, we're going to take a look and kind of give you a measuring stick on this collegiate team. At least on Max Preps, it does not show that they played a season opener, but instead they just started off with the T-Bird Classic. They played at Parsons, who is always a part of the Thunderbird Classic, and lost. So our rival, the Parsons Vikings, who we play a week from tomorrow, boy, does that feel weird. The Vikings beat the Collegiate Spartans 75-68. So, hey, Parsons has a good team. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing that Parsons beat the Collegiate Spartans, because Coach Houck, boy, always has his boys ready to play early in the year. So
I think that was even without Landon Lee also.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah, should that be true, that is substantial. So credit Coach Houck for that win. That is a good one. We'll see if Labette County can make the same thing happen tonight. We're going to take a 30-second break, pay some bills, and come back with a look back at Tuesday night's loss to Mulvane. Both teams continuing to warm up. Labette County did make their way to the locker room. Now they have returned from it. And it looks as if starters have their tops off and getting ready to rock inside Spartan territory, who are doing the same on the left end of the floor. Atmosphere was awful dead a couple hours ago. And now, after the music picked up, atmosphere's really filled in. Bleachers are starting to fill in a little bit. Grizzly Nation traveled really nice tonight as well. Let's take a look back at Tuesday night's matchup against Mulvane. Ian, that's one that you feel like you should have won, but Mulvane shoots so well. They're a good shooting team, and I don't look at their stats throughout the season, but they seem to shoot the ball very well against us.
Yeah, especially McKee. That dude did not miss a shot. I felt like he was on point, and even whenever Abasolo got in foul trouble, he still just kept pushing our defense and scoring on us. And so hopefully tonight we can see a little bit of a change in our defense and start having those stops on defense to help us out and help win us this game, because I think that is our biggest factor right now, is us not having a great defense to stop people.
Hudson Baker had 19 points on Tuesday night, as he did about 10 days ago against Bonner Springs. As we'll see if they do the national anthem again for the boys game. I don't know what they did it twice, but they might be preparing to sing the national anthem, and should they, we will step aside for it, and it looks like they will. Back in 2 minutes, Grizzly basketball. Starting lineups for the home team, the Spartans, number 1, a 6'2 senior, James Shackelford. Number 5, a 6'2 senior, Brett Wetta. Number 21, a 6'7 junior, David Chegg. Number 23, a 6'2 sophomore, AJ Batiste. Is that how you pronounce that, Ian? I know you got a clarification on that. Batiste?
Yeah, I think that's what he said, yes.
Number 30, a 5'10 senior, Asa Ahmad, and that will round out the starters for Wichita Collegiate. And for our Labette County Grizzlies, it will be number 3, a 6'4 senior forward, Xavier Phillips. Number 4, a 5'7 sophomore guard, Kagan Bates. Number 15, a 6'8 senior forward, Hudson Baker. Number 21, a 6'3 junior forward, Dylan Johnson. And number 24, a 6'1 sophomore guard, Barrett Heston. While looking at the collegiate roster, Lucas Hayward, our cameraman, pointed out to me at the bottom, number 33, a 6'8 junior, Judah Cyrus, is also listed on there for collegiate. So they start 6'7 and bring 6'8 off the bench. We will see how that works. Or is he injured tonight?
I think, okay, those people.
Oh, that's definitely him.
That Judah Cyrus, Jaden Parker, and Sebastian Hines Turner are all not suited up.
Oh, so the point guard, Jaden Parker's not in the game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's wearing number 11.
He's out.
So.
Well, hey, I hate that for him. Hope he's okay. That is a big deal. Scene setter, then tip-off. This is Grizzly basketball. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons. Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Hudson Baker makes his way to center floor. There's no logo or anything. It's just a navy blue outlined basketball cut in half by the half-court stripe, and going toe-to-toe with our big fella is theirs, David Chegg, a 6'7 junior. Collegiate in their home whites with blue trim, gold numbers. Labette, road reds, gold trim, white numbers. Collegiate wins it, and the Spartans move right to left to open the game. Significant news with leading scorer against us last year. Sophomore guard Jaden Parker is out tonight, as well as their 6'8 junior big off the bench, Judah Cyrus. Collegiate misses, but Labette turns it right back over. A no-look pass and a layup, a block, plus the foul on the attempt. That's going to be Batiste on the score.
I think the ref was about to say charge, but I think he changed his mind at the last second. It looked like he was about to go like this and point as a charge, but he changed his mind. So
perhaps the crowd reaction assisted with his cognitive dissonance he was dealing with. As one thing I will give Labette County High School a lot of credit for, because I see it a lot of places, the student section didn't form and have an impact until the boys' game started. At Labette County, it's packed and rocking before the girls' game even starts.
Yeah, it's packed and ready when the JV players start playing at
yes.
4:30.
So Labette County student body is outstanding as Xavier Phillips travels. As I talked to a couple parents before the game started, and we could agree on one thing: can't really get out to a slow start. You know, you hate when you get down on the road 10-2, and then you're forced to call a timeout. You can't have that happen.
No, definitely not in this game, as it seems to be that Collegiate loves to play fast.
Yeah,
they're ready to go up and down the score with us toe-to-toe.
Brett Wetta rotates it to his fellow point guard Shackelford. Rising above the defense and missing is Batiste. Heston gave up the rebound, and Coach Argerbright's not happy about it. Right wing maintaining possession is Wetta. Handoff Batiste looking for his 4th point, and a foul is drawn. That's either on Barrett or Hudson, as he nearly got the and one again.
Yeah.
As they're going to get Hudson Baker on the foul.
Yeah, that was impressive. He almost did get that and one, as you said, but just luckily for us, it did bounce right out of the rim, as he does shoot his first and make it. That will be his 3rd point of the game for number 23, Batiste.
He will get one more. Yes, you can tell right away on possession number 1 how fast Collegiate likes to play. Real twitchy, athletic players down there.
And just passing that ball around, just getting that ball movement. They look like a pretty solid team.
It's a real, it's not a packed atmosphere, but it's a tight one. Here's Baker, tries to lean, shoot, and is fouled on his way up. Throwing his hands up in the air is Sheg.
I was really hoping he could get that and one right there, but we'll take the two free throws right here by Hudson.
Baker at the line shooting 2 shots.
Hudson does shoot a lot of free throws. Shot a ton of them last year against this same team. Bends at the waist, shoots his first free throw and misses it. Hit the front of the rim and then died off the heel after it rolled forward. 6:37 first quarter, 4-0 Collegiate. Hudson shooting 1 free throw. Second, good. Something that I've seen ever since I was even playing in this T-Bird Classic whenever I was a JV player, as here's a three-pointer banked in by Bautiste. He has all 7 of Collegiate's points, but on the back of Collegiate's shooting shirts, they say defense decides. They've been using that mantra for years. They love defense. Head coach is Mitch Feigl, assistants Ron Watson, Tyler Shirley, and Jason Miller. Another turnover for Labette County, who is headed up by Bradley Argabright, assistants Brian Tucker and Davey Brown. Labette County rattled on the road.
We are just turning the ball over, and we cannot have this many turnovers in the beginning of the game already. We can't give the ball to them and have them score, especially when, like you said, we can't have them go up 10-2 or however much, 7-1 already. We can't have that happen.
Missing a wide-open layup is Shackelford, and he can't believe it. Then it's poked away and goes out of bounds off Labette County as they tried to recover off the mistake. Wichita Collegiate basketball, turnovers.
Yeah, that's going to kill us in this game, and if we can't start pulling it out and start doing something with the ball instead of turning it over as we get a turnover for ourselves.
Phillips has it, and he'll dish it to Baker as that's a flop, as he'll get the bucket to fall, as the referee agrees with me as he signals that it was a flop, as it's not a foul at this level of play, but Hudson has 3 points.
Yeah, he saw it, shook his head, said nope, no foul, just a flop. So it was good for us as Hudson does make that 2-point for us, as Wichita Collegiate will throw it out of bounds, and it will go Labette County ball.
Checking in for Collegiate is Jack Grace. He will get the starter, Asa Ahmad. Phillips throws it into Heston. Is picked up in a man-to-man full court. Now the double team trap comes. Heston wasn't ready for it. Picks up his dribble. He's in a double team. He's got to get it across. Here's Bates. That's a 10-second call.
Yeah, I think he's just a little frustrated because nobody was moving around for him to get the ball past half court, so the only option he had to go to was Kagan Bates right there.
Throwing it in is Shackelford to the corner. Looking to drive is the newly checked in Robbie Raspberry. That is a gorgeous name. 5 minutes first quarter. Collegiate up 7-3, and a travel is called on Bautiste.
Thank goodness. That gives us a little bit of a break at least. But it seemed like Collegiate just kept attacking at us, and we couldn't catch a break. So good thing they called a travel right there.
As Labette County nearly turns it over again, and they do.
Yeah.
It was thrown off the chest of Bates, as Coach Argabright is upset with Barrett Heston and checks in Briggs Knight. Hopefully a guard can step up, want the ball, and get it across half court for Labette County.
Yeah, Arg is not happy with Barrett right now, as he will go over there and just kind of mess with his head and be like, come on, get in the game right now.
Here's a rising jumper by Grace. In and out, rebound Briggs Knight. Pressured from behind, now he sheds his defender. Up ahead to Bates across half court. Doesn't appear like anybody really wants the ball right now for Labette County. Here's Baker. Yeah, he gets it. He'll try to lean. Right. That's a hook and hold. That's got to be. As they call a jump ball.
That is.
They linked arms and a jump ball's called in. It will stay with Labette, but goodness gracious.
I don't think that could have been any more clear of a foul right there, but we'll go with the ref's call for now.
4:30 first half, 7-3 Collegiate. Labette somehow down just 4 after a terrible start. Here's Bates on the left wing, defended by the newly checked in Carter Drumright. I don't know how these guys are checking in and I don't see them.
Yeah, me neither.
Here's Johnson at the top of the key. Had 11 points, 3 3-pointers a couple nights ago. Phillips tries to back down his man. Pitches it to Bates, barely catches it. Entry pass, Baker, turns, triple team, kicks it. Phillips, one more pass to Bates, he'll look. Knight in the corner to Johnson. Good defense by Collegiate, poked out. It'll stay with Labette.
Yeah, those Collegiate hands are just everywhere. Like you said, that like the back of their shirt, it said defense decides, and it's deciding right now.
They can get it to 2 or 1 points on this possession, can Labette County, as it's poked out again on the entry by Shackelford. Labette will have to try again and call in maybe a different play. Coach Argerbright signals it in, and here we go. Phillips pitches it. Bates in the corner, right in front of Wichita State's head coach. Bates turns direction, gives it to Johnson, throws it into Baker, and it goes off of the shin of Shackelford as he came from behind and knocked it out of Hudson's hands.
Yeah, we're just forcing dumb passes right now. We can't really afford that, as we already have so many turnovers in this first quarter.
Ball's thrown into Briggs Knight near the half-court logo. Tries to get rid of his defender, Grace. Finds Bates with a Euro, gets inside and travels. Turnover, Labette County. Man, that defense is really good right now for Collegiate.
Hands up and everything, just we can't get anything past them. As Kagan will check out and Barrett Hessen will return for the Labette County Grizzlies. So hopefully Barrett will, since he's got a little talking from Arg, will get his head in the game and start doing a little better.
Barrett will pick up the ball handler. Now they go to the free throw stripe. Here's a wide open 3 for Raspberry, and he rolls it in.
Just a good shot right there by Raspberry. Open enough to get the shot up and make it.
As Labette County forces Collegiate to back up a little bit as Phillips with his length, he gets across half court, nearly travels, and he's called.
Okay.
That's Collegiate for a foul. That's going to go on 15 Drumright.
Second of the quarter.
10-3 the score. Collegiate in front, 3:15 first half. First quarter.
Although Drumright is only 5'9", which I don't think that's correct, but he's very quick and handsy with the ball.
Baker will try to throw it down and lose control. It hits the butt of the rim and falls to the corner behind him. He hung on the rim as the ball tumbled to Collegiate. Wichita on a half-court set with 3 minutes to go. Here's another pull-up for Raspberry. Got it.
Basket by Robbie Raspberry.
Yeah, just missing that dunk right there. He needs to just go with the layup for now.
12-3 Collegiate. Labette County a couple possessions away from Argerbright calling a timeout. Long 2 for Knight, short. Here comes Drumright. If they score here, I expect a TO. Raspberry, short corner, three-point shot by Grace. Got it. And a timeout is called by Coach Argerbright. 15-3 Collegiate, 2.5 first quarter. Timeout Arg, back in 1 minute, KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
I didn't know the Parsons Christmas Parade was tonight.
Yeah.
I might have filled in for a pass on tonight. No, I'm just kidding. But here's Heston on a full court layup. Gets down the floor, misses it. Rebound Collegiate. Nice to know Labette County's band is representing back home. Three-point shot rattles in and out for Raspberry, but the backside rebound is snagged down by Shackelford. 2 minutes first quarter, and it's been a long 6 minutes for our Grizzlies, down by 12. Shackelford has a lane, pulls up from the free throw line, misses short, and he gets his own miss. Backside Raspberry misses. Labette County bailed out, luckily, by Collegiate.
Right there, we just got to box out. They're just getting second chance shots, and we cannot have that as Bear Heston will turn the ball over, and Raspberry will go up for the 2-point layup.
Basket by Robbie Raspberry.
Their defense is suffocating. Coach Argerbright said a couple post games ago that Collegiate will press you and press you all game, and it's having a big impact as no one wants to cross half court for Labette County. They're just slowly making their way across, and it's stolen again. Collegiate from 10 feet, no. As Phillips puts the ball on the deck, almost had it stolen away, and then a foul is called on Ahmad. As Labette County is able to get across, but they don't want to. They're just kind of waiting to pass it.
I don't know. As Kagan Bates will check in for Dylan Johnson, trying to get this offense up and down the court, I think, is what Art's trying to do here. As Kagan does like to play a lot more physical, so I think this might be a game for him.
Labette County breaks the press this time, and Briggs Knight's pass is intercepted. Collegiate other way. Missing the dunk on the other end of the floor is Batiste. Baker missed a dunk earlier. Batiste misses this one.
Yeah.
Bates coming across half court, gets there. He's in a trap, and it goes off of the backside of Grace. It'll stay with Labette County. Wow.
Yeah, it's not a great. Oh my gosh, it's still the first quarter.
Wow, lazy entry pass. Batiste will slam it down this time. It is ugly with a capital U for Labette County, and Coach Argerbright is sending in 5 reserves. He is upset badly. 30-second break, KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for
to hear that message as Coach Argerbright is sending one right now. 5 new Grizzlies are in the game. It is Scheibe. Bringing the ball up now is Lamb. On the backside is Carson Blake, as here's another turnover as Maddox Dewey is in the game as well. Plays really good JV minutes for Labette County. And the 5th and final Grizzly is Caden Blackledge. Here's Batiste underneath, leans and misses. Rebounded by Lamb underneath. It goes off his leg, but I don't know if the ref saw it, or maybe I'm wrong, but it'll be Labette County ball.
Yeah, I mean, I feel Art's frustration right now. I mean, I'm frustrated as an announcer just watching this, so I can imagine as a coach what he's feeling.
It's 19-3 Labette County, as getting into the trap position is Lamb. Tries to go behind the back, turns it over. Here's a lob, poor pass, goes out of bounds. Turnover Collegiate.
Collegiate's just messing with us right now. They're just having fun. We can't even get past their defense in the inbounds play.
30 seconds to go in the quarter. Lamb finds Scheibe, who doesn't go across half court. Now he does, dribbling with the left and right, right to left, crossing over. Batiste swipes and steals and will try to slam it, and does so successfully. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Scheibe will throw it in again. 4 seconds, has to find somebody, throws it into Lamb, pivots, has to just burn 1 more second, and does so. 21-3 Collegiate at the end of 1. We'll see if Labette County can get it back to single digits maybe come halftime. We're going to take a 1-minute break. It's ugly in Wichita on KLKC.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Starters are back on the floor. Well, not all of them looking to do just that, Amanda. Thanks for the positivity as Briggs Knight is in there in place of Xavier Phillips. All the other 4 starters are on the floor: Bates, Heston, Johnson, and Baker. Here's Ahmad with a left-hand hook pass. Collegiate's got it to start the second quarter. Again, 21-3 is the score. Here's a travel on Collegiate. That's going to get Drumright his first turnover of the game.
All right, now this is where we've struggled, as inbounding the basketball ball, just inbounding it in general, and getting it past half court. So hopefully we can break their press and get it past.
Ball goes into Heston, to Baker, to Bates. Picked up by Drumright, comes to the short side of the floor, gets to the rim, bobbles it, and loses it out of bounds. It'll be Collegiate basketball.
As number 21, David Chagg will check in for Harrison Simmons.
21-3 Collegiate with the lead in the ball. 7:30 first half. Bates on Ahmad. Ahmad gets by Bates. Met at the top by Johnson. Forces the miss. Nice defense by Dylan Johnson. Bates in a double team. Finds Johnson up ahead. Heston. That's better. Barrett wants a 3 and kept his foot down. Somehow didn't travel. Knight, corner 3, misses. Rebound Collegiate.
I mean, I don't know how that wasn't a travel. Good job by Barrett by keeping his foot down.
Here's a steal by Baker. Up ahead to Heston. Playing better is Labette County. Just got to produce offensively. Underneath, Johnson was open. Baker didn't see him, but a foul on Ahmad. That might be his second. It is his second and the team's first of the quarter.
I think Shackelford will check in for Ahmad, as Hudson Baker will throw the inbounds play in.
In a stack formation are the other 4 Grizzlies wearing red. Goes to the safety outlet. Bates throws it to Baker at the free throw line. And another foul is called, as I think that's on. Yeah, it was. I think that's on Weta, who's making his case to his head coach of why either it shouldn't have been on him or anything, but comes up false. Labette County's going to have to throw it in again from the same position. Robbie Raspberry checks in for Drumright.
Yeah, Raspberry's been causing us some problems on defense as he does hit a lot of his shots.
Heston wants a 3 in the corner, rattles in and out. Johnson fighting and winning. He had a shot but gave it to Baker. He'll rise above the rest, miss, come down with it, and he will score it again on his second attempt.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Hudson Baker does have all 5 points for us.
He does.
As we thought he would have a little rough of a game, it seems to be everyone else is having a rough game besides him, as that should be a carry.
It is a carry on Collegiate. Labette County's played a lot better, and Collegiate's played a pretty bad minute and a half here. They haven't scored, and they've got 3 or 4 turnovers. Briggs Knight checks out, so all 5 starters are back in for Labette, down 21-5. Try to get within single digits at the break right now as Phillips hesitates, then gets across half court, finds Baker, and he's met at the summit. It's blocked. Kick out, though. Bates in the corner. Collegiate didn't get the rebound, and now they get the steal, or what was a kicked ball. A kicked ball is called, and it'll stay with Labette County, but David Chegg is feeling good.
Oh, yeah, he's showboating around. He's feeling confident after that block on Hudson. And that's not someone I want to see check in for Collegiate. As Batiste will check in for number 5, Weta.
Barrett Heston slaps the ball firmly with his left hand. Phillips wants a three, we need it. Misses it strong. What an effort by Barrett Heston. Tracks the rebound down. Labette County outworking Collegiate in the second quarter. Bates finds Heston working on Chegg. Gets by him, leans, shoots, misses off the back side of the rim, but a block is called on Collegiate. Labette fighting hard.
We definitely have been playing a lot better in this second quarter, as Hudson will shoot 2 free throws for us at the line.
Baker at the line shooting 2 shots.
5:47 first half, 21-5 Collegiate. Baker fires and comes up short on the free throw attempt. He's 1 for 3 on the game.
Collegiate still hasn't scored in the second quarter so far, so that's been a good sign for us.
Baker's second is good. He split both pairs that he's attempted at the stripe tonight. 21-6, Labette County just has to take it a possession at a time. Batiste misses the lay-in, gets his own, misses again, and of course a foul is called as those are starting to pile up a little bit. Both teams getting pretty brawly underneath, as that'll be 2 free throws for Batiste. That's Hudson's second foul as well.
Yeah, Hudson just frustrated that nobody else is boxing out, trying to go for a rebound, and just kind of takes his anger out on Heston down at the post, as Batiste will make his first free throw, giving Collegiate their first points of the second quarter.
Second free throw for Batiste is too strong. Nice rebound by Baker. Had to outstretch his left arm to get it, and then he chucks a deep ball that I think was tipped, but the ref didn't see it, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Batiste did tip it as he smiled after the call was made, so just a unlucky turn of events for Labette right there, as I think Hudson was just trying to throw that down the court for Dylan Johnson to get, but Dylan didn't think that ahead of time, and so it just kind of bounced out of bounds.
Here's Raspberry, blocked by Johnson. Baker defending a point guard, Weta. Now they go inside to Shackelford, kick out Batiste, 3 off the mark, rebound Johnson. 22-6 the score, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the half. Labette trying to settle in. Heston dribbling a lot, picks up his dribble and finds Bates. Dump down, Baker, tipped away, stolen. Here comes Grace.
I think we're just trying to force that pass too much to Hudson at some points and just turning the ball over, as number 2, Jack Grace, will have a turnover.
Drumright back into the game for Collegiate.
Drumright in the game for Grace, who just carried the ball. Head coach says, hey, shake it off, you're all right. This is a deep Collegiate team. Baker to throw it in. No one's there. I mean, nobody. And he throws it to Bates, who slipped and had to get to his feet in time to catch the pumpkin. He might travel and does. Turnover, Labette County.
Yeah. Just turning this ball over is not helping us at any chances at all. As once Batiste checked back into this game, he's giving us a rough time as he's wide open in the corner and will miss off the back of the rim, and Kagan Bates will rebound the ball as he pushes it down the court and finds Phillips in the corner, who will also miss his 3-point shot.
Here's Heston on the facilitation after the missed 3 from Xavier. He'll try again and miss again, but Johnson is there to put it back up and in.
He's pretty good at that. He does that quite often.
Yeah, Johnson is one of those guys that can play. He can bring the ball up the floor and play about any position, really. 22-8, Collegiate, 4:18 first half. Labette County was down 21-3 at the end of 1. Here's Batiste rising, firing, missing. Rebound Baker. Long outlet pass, Xavier, tipped and stolen away. That was a much better looking one, but still stolen by Collegiate. Batiste leans into Baker, and that's going to be a jump ball, Labette County basketball.
I'm glad the ref called a jump ball right there instead of a foul on Hudson. Because that would have been his third foul.
The last time Hudson picked up 3 personal fouls in the second quarter, it did not turn out too hot for Labette County. That was against Bonner Springs in the season opener. Baker to throw it in. That's been a challenge, and it's nearly turned over, and it's off Collegiate. Boy, the things that you've done for your whole life become so difficult when they're tested in the manner that Collegiate is doing so. Baker whips it into Phillips. Dribbles up the right sideline, picks up his dribble, throws it. Bates well up across half court to the corner, far side of the gym. Labette County moving left to right with 3:50 to play in the half. Heston dribbling. Bounce pass to Phillips. Bates at the top of the key. Pounds with the right hand. Picks his dribble up. Phillips looking for Baker. Backside pass Johnson. 15-foot baseline J off the mark. Tipped about.
Wow.
Bates comes away with it. Is rejected. And it's still in bounds. Kagan Bates fought for it. What an effort by Kagan. Up ahead, it's saved by Heston and goes off the jersey of Raspberry. Labette County's ball. That was quite the sequence.
Yeah, I mean, Kagan almost got that off his defender over here on the side and almost got us the ball, but Collegiate came away with the ball as we just passed it right to the Collegiate guy, and he will score and make it a 24-8 Collegiate.
Baker threw it to no man's land, and Jack Grace was there and laid it in. Johnson in the corner, left open, lets it fly. In and out, went down, came out. Up ahead, well above the pack. Bounce pass, right-hand layup, missed by Drumright. Rebound Baker. A big 3 minutes for Labette. Bates not cut off. Heston, corner three. Corner three comes up short. Here's Bates looking for somebody. Nearly throws it away. Phillips collects. Can't decide where he wants to go and finds Johnson in the corner. Back to Heston at the top of the key. If you can't tell by the way I'm talking, it's a pretty frazzled offense Labette County's been running tonight.
Yeah.
Here's a dump, a nice pass this time as Baker's fouled going up and he'll shoot 2. That was a much better post-entry pass from Kagan Bates.
As for Collegiate, never mind. But one thing I have learned from watching the Collegiate defense is every time we do pass it to the person, they're always anticipating it. So if we just do that instead of, or like fake it and then backdoor cut them, we could get points off of that. But I don't think Labette has recognized that, and we're just trying to push the pace right now. We need to settle down. And at the start of this quarter, we were settled down and playing it like how we wanted it, and we did good. And we just started playing Collegiate's ball game.
Right. Yeah, that's well said. As Baker hits the pair, the only other person to score besides Hudson is Dylan Johnson, and he's just got 2 points. So Hudson's done it all. He's got 8. Here's a left wing 3-point shot. That is short from Collegiate. Rebound Phillips. Labette's only down 14. It might sound worse on the broadcast than it actually is. Labette's well within reach. 2:10 to go in the half. Here's Baker inside, way above the smaller defenders, and scores. With Cheggy on the bench with 2 fouls, Labette can get back in this game.
Yeah, we're only down by 12. As there will be a foul on Kagan Bates, as Batiste will check back in. He has been giving us a hard time whenever he is in playing his minutes that he does.
That's the second team foul on Labette of the quarter, and Collegiate has 4. So if Labette can feed Hudson and even just draw fouls, that's 2 free throws every time from here on out in the next 2 minutes of the second quarter. Ball goes into Roman Harani, checked in for Collegiate, as did Grace and Shackelford, who has it in the corner. Shackelford jump stops, Batiste wide open, 3 left wing, misses it, and that's a foul going the other way on Collegiate. And unless it was offensive, it'll be 2 free throws for Labette. We'll see. I'm not sure the rule there, as that is the team's 5th.
I think since it wasn't like a shooting offensive.
Okay.
I think that's what that ref is trying to say, that there's 5.
Yep. the refs are discussing, because that is kind of a weird rule, because if it's an offensive foul, not always are you granted the bonus.
Yeah, he shoots 2.
But yes, it is shooting 2. So if it's a charge, it's not 2 free throws. So I'm assuming any other offensive foul or something of the sorts.
These are some really big free throws right here. If he makes both of them, we will only be down by 10 despite our horrible first quarter.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I guess it wasn't an offensive foul because nobody had possession of the ball. So that makes sense. So 2 free throws for Xavier Phillips here. The first free throw is up and good. As an early lead, you get down 21-4, it can be like, man, this game's over. Well, not really. You get back within reach at half, you have a chance. So early leads, while they're meaningful, can be deceiving. Phillips makes them both his first points of the game.
As I feel like ever since Asa Ahmad has came out, it's kind of been a different feel for this collegiate team.
He's a good facilitator. Here's a dump down underneath in the trees. That looked like a travel on Collegiate. Here's Batiste. He'll lean and miss, and his putback is good.
He's just jumping. He just keeps going for his own rebounds. He wants to score that ball, and that's what he's doing. As that will only be Collegiate's 5th point of this second quarter.
Minute 10, first half. Labette down just 12. I say just because this was an ugly start if you're just joining us here in Collegiate. Johnson in the corner. They go to Baker. Had position but lost it. Finds Johnson, though, off the save tip. In the corner, Phillips wants a 3. In and out, drop down, and it's saved by Collegiate. And then they throw it away, but it was tipped, they say, by Heston. Possession to the Spartans still.
Yeah, we definitely played a lot better ball in the second quarter, as there only will be 48.6 seconds left. Hopefully we can get this lead or this deficit down to only 10 points before going into the halftime.
Labette County's held Collegiate to 5 second quarter points and only scored 11 of their own. While that's not bad, you would have liked to take advantage of it a little bit better. 3-point shot missed by Harani, and then somehow Grace draws a foul on a fading jump shot. Wow. That's impressive because the defender's not really leaning into you. He stepped back and faded away.
As Briggs will walk to the check-in table and will probably go in for Kagan here.
The first free throw for Grace is good.
As Kagan does check out, and Briggs Knight will check in for him. As well as Drumwhite will check in for Harani.
Second free throw for Grace. Has his right foot buried on the line as he left the line as he misses it, but it's rebounded by Batiste and then it's blocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Collegiate scores here. 25 seconds left. Here's Grace. Pass to the corner, drum right. Now Batiste. Back to Grace, defended by Baker. Labette County gave up a rebound on a missed free throw. Batiste misses the bank shot. Getting it back underneath is Collegiate. 3-point shot, Raspberry. Too strong. Batiste gets it again with 7 seconds left. Misses a lay-in. Putback is good. You could feel it the entire time as Raspberry lays it in. 3 offensive rebounds given up. Labette doesn't even try to throw it in. Buzzer sounds, and the first half has concluded in Collegiate. Coach Argerbright shakes his head left and right in disgust. 29-14 the score. We will thank our sponsors when we return as part of our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. In 2 minutes, this is Grizzly Basketball on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you on the headsets. Lucas Hayward on the YouTube live stream. A few sponsors before we dive into the halftime show include Olson Ace Hardware, the corner store of Altamont, USD 506, the Wood Insurance Center, Tank Connection, Community National Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Commercial Bank, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Woodworth Enterprises, Labette Bank, Clemens Insurance Agency, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris. Again, a huge thank you to all of those sponsors for allowing us to travel up here and call these games for our friends back in the southeast corner of Kansas. 29-14, Collegiate is the halftime score. Collegiate led at the end of one, 21-3, and they cracked the door open for Labette County, but the Grizzlies refused to walk through it as they only outscored Collegiate by 3 in that second quarter, Ian. It felt like they had a good opportunity there.
Yeah, we definitely came out a lot better in that second quarter than we did that first quarter, because there's not much to say about that first quarter anyways. But that second quarter, we came out a lot better. We started scoring, giving it to Hudson. He started scoring a lot more for us, and we had a lot more better possessions with the ball than we did in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Not so many turnovers, but towards the end, we did kind of start having that thing. But our biggest thing that I have written down is box out. We have not been boxing out, and they keep getting a lot of second chance opportunities, and they are taking it, and they're making us pay for that.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And a few shots haven't fallen. You know, I don't think, Labette County has not hit a three-point shot. Collegiate has 3 in the first half, did not hit one in the second quarter. But, you know, when Labette County, you know, felt like they were going to maybe break it and get to 8-9 points in their deficit to the Spartans, they would have a three-point shot wide open, and you could just feel it was going to go in, rattled in and out. Dylan Johnson had a couple go down and out. Xavier Phillips had 1 or 2 go down, rattle, pop out. So, you know, you were waiting on one of those momentous three-pointers to, you know, fall, but it didn't go. And those can be big moments and shots that you need to get to fall. Yeah, definitely our shot takers that usually make shots for us haven't been making some shots for us, and that's been not great for us. And so hopefully this third quarter they come out a lot better shooting the ball, making those shots for us, helping us get this getting that momentum that you talk about, and getting it to help us get towards that deficit that we have, and towards cutting this lead down so we can come back in this ball game and possibly win it. A positive, though, is that Labette County is 6 for 8 from the free throw line there in that first half. Hudson Baker had 10 individual points. Xavier Phillips and Dylan Johnson each just had 2. For Collegiate, this is what is kind of crazy, is that they only have 3 different scorers. You know, whenever teams are getting out, running, turnover, layup, jumper, you'd think that it'd be dished around and distributed to 6 different scorers. Yeah. Not really that is eye-popping, but the concentration of the points is a lot, as Batiste has 14, Raspberry is nearly in double figures at 9, and Grace had a quiet 6 in that first half, as Chegg, I'm not sure, I don't know. I need to do a better job of that. Oh, well. He didn't score. Yeah, I mean, he's 6'7", you know, he had a couple blocks on Hudson, but he didn't score. No, and I think that's been a really, really good thing for us so far. Let's hope it stays that way with him only scoring 0 points, so hopefully we didn't just jinx him there, but who knows? Yeah. Even if he does score like 2 or 4 points, that's fine with us, as long as we are having nobody else, or trying to keep everybody else from scoring and not scoring as much as they did these first and second quarters. Yeah. And even though he did only have, he had only 0 points, he had a lot of good defensive stops on us down on the other side of the court. So not just the points. Right. That the points don't matter that much to us, or to Collegiate so much to say. It matters on the defensive side. The press for Collegiate was the story of the first quarter. It set the tone. It had ripple effects, as hopefully Labette County can kind of have a mental baptism and come out of the locker room cleansed fresh of those ugly
turnovers
thoughts.
Or something. I don't.
Because sometimes what a stress does, yes, is turn the ball over, but then it also can have a passive effect on your mind.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the ball. No one wants to advance the ball. Nobody wants to try to score the ball. And then the intimidation. There's a few things that can snowball because of a good press, and that is exactly what we knew Wichita Collegiate would do, but until the moment comes, you think you prepare for it, and then it happens and can punch you in the chin.
Yeah.
Labette County needs to come out, want the ball, want to score, and be the team to be the aggressor within the first couple minutes.
Yeah, you say more people to get the ball and score for us, but the only people that have been scoring for us have been the people scoring in the past 2 games as well. And I talked about that before the game started, is that we needed people to step up for us and score the ball, and that hasn't happened so far. So hopefully the second half they can turn it around. More people can score the ball for us and get us going.
90 seconds until the third quarter begins here in Wichita. This has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Thank you for listening to it. Still a half to go of basketball. Hopefully Labette County can do all the things that we desire of them and make this one close. 1 minute break, back with the third quarter on KLKC. No, this is not a KISS concert. You're tuned into Labette County basketball. I like it.
I love it.
I'm
awesome.
telling you, it's fantastic. I still, of course, put my hand in the pot of Mr. Wassenaar and Labette County's band, but this is certainly a unique approach that Wichita Collegiate has with their band.
I don't even think that's the same drummer they had earlier. I think that's somebody else.
It probably is. Got a lot of theatrical folks over there, very talented here in Collegiate. As here's Batiste, fresh out of the gate. A block is going to be called on Barrett Hested. Tried to slide under AJ and get a charge, but ref did not fall for it. That's the first foul of the quarter on Labette. First on Barrett, and 2 free throws for Batiste coming up.
Yeah, good try right there by Barrett, but just unlucky. Gets that foul drawn on him, and Batiste will go to the line to shoot 2.
A few different Labette County players are chipping in and trying to wipe some of the sweat off the ground where Heston hit the deck. Now they bring out a towel and continue to do so, maybe buying themselves a little bit of time. Just 4 seconds into the third quarter, and Batiste was fouled by Heston, and he'll shoot 2. You always want, you know, you get a little greedy as a viewer, and you think, okay, you got to come out of the gate swinging. And then in the first 4 seconds, you're let down because Batiste is trying to add 2 points here.
Yeah. One thing you do like as a coach that Batiste brings to the court is that when you see someone like Hudson Baker out there who's 6'8", and Batiste only standing at, well, 6'2", it's a pretty good height. But still, when you're shorter and you're going up against someone who's taller than you, you're kind of scared to go to the basket, and Batiste is not scared to go up there and try and score for them, as he does make that second free throw.
He can jump so high as Baker tries to get it into Bates and does so. Shackelford on the point guard of Labette County. as now Cheggy comes to double team and now leaves. Baker has it, winces a little bit as Batiste maybe got his left elbow a little bit. Here's a give to Johnson, stays beyond the three-point line. Cheggy pokes it beyond the half-court stripe. Phillips has to go get it. Collegiate's defense is unbelievable. Here's an entry pass to Baker with position, leans, almost gets the and one, and will settle for a couple of free throws.
Smart fouls on David Cheggy. His third.
Cheggy.
Cheggy. All right. Well, Cheggy definitely does bring a lot to this Collegiate defense, especially against Hudson. As Hudson misses his first free throw at the line. As Cheggy, well, he will already check out of the game, so that is a good sign. But Raspberry does come in, who does have some of Collegiate's points.
If the foul was on Cheggy, I think that's his third. They don't put player fouls up there on the scoreboard, just team fouls, so I don't know, but I would assume it's maybe his third.
Yeah.
As Baker makes the second free throw. As the Collegiate student section turned every one of their backs and faced the wall as Baker shot that free throw. That's a unique distraction approach, just not watch. Raspberry pulls up from 12, misses it, and Batiste slams it down.
Wow.
On the putback. He's got 18, and Collegiate is up by that amount.
He's just a very athletic player. He's impressive. Just kind of wishing he was on our team right now, but it's okay.
Johnson will throw it in, finds Baker just under the free throw stripe on Collegiate's side of the floor. Baker reluctant to advance the ball in the air. Labette's got to move as Bates is just kind of jogging, and now he picks it up and gets there. Double team right where Collegiate wants him. Finds Baker, though. Dribbles a couple times, loses it, and is fouled from behind. That's either on Batiste or Weta. They're going to get Batiste.
Collegiate fouls on A.J. Batiste, his first personal.
That's just his first, wow. With as handsy as Batiste has been, it's only his first foul, so it's not a good look for us.
Smart gambler for sure. A.J. Batiste, 6:45 third quarter, 18-point Collegiate lead. That County trying to settle in still. Feels like they're sped up a little bit. Baker trying to calm them down, holds the ball above his head. Heston dribbles out, heels near the half-court line, now moves. Entry pass, Baker holds it in a vulnerable position, has it poked out by Weta. Out of bounds.
Yeah. Good little addition to Hudson, but just couldn't quite hold on to it. Luckily went out on Collegiate for us.
Phillips launches a three from the left wing and misses. Tip to Ahmad, and he calls for his teammates to cut to the basket. That's what Batiste does. He'll miss a floater. Rebound Heston. Batiste is behind him, and he senses him and reads it well. Heston in a double team, bounce pass to Bates. Ahmad on him. They double team a lot near midcourt.
Yeah, that's definitely their trap move there, as it does put a lot of pressure on the ball handler.
Johnson closed out by Batiste, throws it to Baker, who's having to play away from the basket a lot because of Wichita's defense. He'll cradle, shoot with the right, and shoot it just a touch too strong. Batiste the other way, picked up by Heston, but not until the paint, and then it's blocked by Baker. It's still in play, though.
And it's
Here's
Collegiate's
Ahmad.
ball.
Yeah, Collegiate gets the rebound. That'd be something I should have mentioned. A near travel inside, but Shackelford will slow down the offensive possession.
Yeah, you would think something so good like Hudson's block right there, as Raspberry does score a layup, making it a 35-15 Collegiate lead. But you think something like that, like Hudson did right there, getting that block, would give us some momentum, and we just don't come away with that ball.
As Bates throws a low bounce pass, hit the deck 3 times before Phillips picked it up. He does find it, though. Here's Baker, leans into the chest of Shackelford. No charges called, and then a bucket plus the foul from Hudson Baker.
Smart fouls on Robbie Raspberry. His first, team's third in the quarter.
The student section earlier, whenever Raspberry was hitting those shots, we're calling him Scary Barry. That's pretty funny.
Scary Barry. Robbie Raspberry is his name.
Yeah. He does have quite a few points for Collegiate, as Hudson will dribble the ball at the free throw line, spin it in his hand, and make his free throw.
He has 14 points, 14 of Labette County's 18. Labette County needs a stop.
Yeah, he's the only one wanting the ball right now, and he's the only one who can score it, so everyone else seems scared.
Labette County in kind of a 2-1-2 zone, doing their best to get Collegiate out of rhythm. Ball goes to the corner to Weta. Skip past top of the key. Batiste continues it. Grace, three-point stripe, too strong. Heston can't quite get the rebound. It'll stay with Weta and Collegiate. He'll look to score. Nice pass to Grace, who scores. That's pretty offense, but Collegiate shouldn't have had the ball anyways.
No, we should have came away with that rebound, and then we almost turned it over right on the inbounds play, but luckily he stepped out of bounds, giving us the ball back.
As I've seen some Collegiate administrators walking around with quarter zips and jackets on, and all of them I've seen say defense decides on them too. So all their apparel, they push that motto harder and harder each year, it seems like, even through their articles of clothing this year. So their defense is deciding tonight. 37-18, here's Heston, foot on the line, two-pointer, strong, into the hands of Baker. Kick out Bates, wants a three left corner, short. Baker fighting, gets it somehow at the free throw line, tries to shed some white jerseys, takes him to the rim, throws it down with both hands. Hudson Baker bullying around the Spartans.
He's just putting his team on his back right now and just carrying them to this 20 points that Labette County has, as Raspberry will airball his two-point shot.
Batiste throws up a prayer that misses. That was one of the worst Collegiate possessions we've seen probably all game. 3:20 third quarter, Labette down 17. Just looking for momentum. Johnson does get out of that trap, Ian, somehow. Here's Phillips down on the left block, kicks it back out, doesn't like what he has. Bates directing traffic. Calls for a screen from Johnson. No, it's a dump down to Baker. Short corner, working on his smaller defender. He's double teamed, hooks around him, shoots a floater that misses. Rebound Raspberry, and a foul going the other way on Labette County.
Yeah, our offense just seems really out of sorts right now. We can't get anything working for us. And it's very, very frustrating for us as fans and as coaching, as well as players.
Coach Argerbright calling for some movement away from the ball, as Labette County's going to approach this in a zone kind of like a Collegiate. They're kind of trapping near midcourt. Here's a wide open three for Grace. Bricks it high in the air, goes the rebound off of Raspberry. LC basketball with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Labette trails by 17.
Yeah, good thing that went out of bounds, or that possibly could have gone Collegiate's ball again off of an offensive rebound that they would have got. So
Labette County does break it this time and have numbers. Heston goes up, under, and scores. He hovered in midair as Shackelford flew across in front of his face, and Heston scored.
Yeah, it feels like we're down by so much, but it feels like we're so much into this game, and we're only down by 15. Although it may sound like a lot despite our first quarter, it's a lot. It sounds good coming from us.
Got to end this third quarter in a good fashion as Raspberry, good shooter, man, knocks down the three-pointer and has 14 points tonight. Dagger after dagger after dagger from this deep Spartan team. Another inbound pass goes right to Collegiate, but it goes out of bounds. Nope, it's a tough game, man.
As the student section was shitting Scary Barry over there, as Hudson turns it over on the inbounds play.
Ahmad has it after the steal from Shackelford. They're feeling it, playing loose, not thinking. Three-point shot, drum right, good.
Yeah. As Collegiate goes up by 21.
Labette County gets out in front again. Johnson, right-hand layup is good.
Basket by Dylan Johnson.
Get a little fast break up the court. Throw right there by Barrett to Dylan to get that two-point conversion.
90 seconds, third quarter. 43-24 Collegiate up by 19. One dribble kick, Raspberry looking for another. Misses short, rebound Kagan Bates. Labette will try to push the pace. He's got 3 guys on him, and now he'll forward it to Phillips, who gets it back to Bates, top of the key. Bit of a head fake, Johnson in the corner, into Baker, good position, but he'll give it up to Heston, step back, left wing 3, too strong, rebound Raspberry.
Good shot take by Bear right there, just couldn't have the ball fall into the rim for him.
Hudson had good post position if he spun to the left. Here's a three-pointer by Grace. Goes down, comes out. I've said that 100 times, but that's what a lot of these misses are doing for both teams.
Yeah.
Just kind of dipping down and then rattling out. Phillips picks his dribble up, hurls it across half court to Bates. Grace doesn't bite on his pass fake, and Johnson misses a jumper, goes to Heston. His floater is good. Barrett Heston with 4 points in this quarter.
Yeah, and just like that, we cut the lead back down to 17. Not a great deficit, but still somewhat into this ball game.
Got to get a stop here with 12 seconds on the clock. Collegiate is not going to let you intentionally get a shot off as Bates gives him odd fits, dives on the floor, nearly saves it. Coach Argerbright is going to love that as he encourages his hard-nosed point guard.
Oh, yeah, great defense right there by Kagan. Arg loves when kids go for that ball, dive for it.
4.5 seconds on the clock, just enough for Collegiate to maybe set one screen and hurl it, but Shackelford throws it to Ahmad. They might be out of sorts. He's just going to have to shoot it. 1 second, gets a decent floater off and scores it. Wow.
Just a good little take right there.
It was good defense by Barrett.
Yeah. Couldn't do anything about that.
Ahmad's first bucket of the night, and Collegiate leads by 19 with 1 quarter to go. 1 minute break. Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
(45-26) Labette County down here in Wichita. They will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Got to leave it all on the court for the next 8 minutes of play. Here's Heston. Had a nice third quarter, 4 points in it. Back in the game is Cheggy with Baker with the ball on him. Here's Johnson. Set play, three-point shot, too strong. Heston fighting for it, but Grace wins the battle. Here comes Shackelford.
Good little possession right there and a good shot by Dylan Johnson. He just couldn't make it.
Grace with a dribble drive and a kick to Shackelford. He'll dribble handoff to Weta. Weta hasn't really lit it up tonight. I don't know if he scored. He has not. Neither has Shackelford tonight.
I mean, they don't really need to if they're up by this much right now.
Here's Grace with a nice touch shot that doesn't fall. Baker with the rebound, takes the dribble and gives it to Bates. As Labette County's vision is just so short, they're not seeing the full floor as Batiste steals it away, tries to Euro on Bates and is fouled and will shoot a couple. As they have numbers deep, but nobody's looking up, their vision is kind of distorted right now. I can't blame them.
Yeah. Just people were open down court. You can't see it when you got 3 defenders in front of your face.
Right, it's hard to see, yeah. Batiste first free throws off the mark. Briggs Knight checks in for Kagan Bates. 5 for 8 from the line is Batiste, looking to go 6 for 9 should he knock it down. And misses it. Hudson Baker is acting like he's going to bring it up, then picks his dribble, and it goes to Heston, who collides into Knight, and Collegiate comes away with the steal. Hitting the deck is Weta. Foul on Heston. And if I had to pick one 5-second clip from tonight's broadcast to summarize the game, that would be it right there.
Yeah, just running into your own player, falling over, turning the ball over, giving it to Collegiate. It's just kind of a circus show out here right now.
6:50 fourth quarter, nobody picks up Grace. And then Chege loses it out of bounds. Turnover Collegiate. Just been a tough night for a Labette County team that knows their capabilities. Talented team with some length, shooting. Just a tough go here in Collegiate. Johnson to throw it in. Their press is unbelievable. Batiste steals it. Shackelford gets his first bucket of the game. 21-point Collegiate Spartan lead as Phillips can just go across half court and finally decides to do so. Jump stops right wing and finds Knight, who flashes well at the right elbow. Now he'll dribble beyond the navy blue three-point line, arcing from left corner to right corner. Now finds Johnson, one-arm whip. Phillips lets a three fly, no spin on the ball, and misses it long. Rebound Chege, outlet Shackelford.
Yeah, good look by Xavier right there, shooting that ball. Just couldn't have it drop for him. Kind of looked like a knuckleball midair.
Batiste has played amazing tonight. Gets another jumper to go, falling off balance. He's a really fine basketball player.
Oh, yeah, he's very athletic, and he's only a sophomore.
Goodness.
Jag. Wow.
Looks like a grad transfer
yeah, he looks
from
like
the
he's
West
senior.
Coast.
He's been playing for his whole life.
Here's a steal by Grace. Up ahead, right-hand layup is good as he flexes and lets out a shout, as that was a nice shot leaning into the body of his defender, as this one's just kind of busted open. Threatening to go up 30 are the Spartans. Phillips awaiting a screen, or the use of his screen from Baker, as a near turnover is tracked down by Heston. Briggs Knight takes a couple dribbles and continues to dish it. Heston flashes, showing signs of life, turns and misses it, and Johnson can't win the rebound battle with Chege, and Collegiate will walk it up the floor.
Yeah, I think right here they're just kind of trying wasting time as Carson Lamb walks the check-in table.
As getting to the rim and missing is Weta. Well-contested shot by Baker. Heston bleeding out in front, leans into Chege, has it rejected on the way up. Here comes Grace. 3-on-2 picked up by Knight. Spins into the chest of Briggs. Shoots up a globetrotter that misses. Rebound Baker. Now Labette with the 3-on-3 situation. And Heston wisely backs it out with a dump to Baker. And it's going to be... I actually don't know. Did they get a foul on Collegiate?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
They do get a foul on Weta. That's just their first of the quarter with 4:30 to play. Labette trails 51-26. Couple Grizzlies check in. Maddox Dewey getting some varsity minutes. Played earlier in tonight's contest. Carson Lamb back in as well. Dewey with the ball. Turn and give to Heston to Phillips. Baker still in the game as well, as Carson Lamb was not paying attention. He was claiming there was sweat on the ground, pointing at the floor. Meanwhile, the pass zipped right by him out of bounds. Lamb will pick up the ball handler Ahmed, and yeah, that's a foul every time on Carson Lamb. Puts both hands into the chest of Ahmad.
As Kagan Bates will check in for Barrett Heston here.
4:19 left in the game. Labette down 25 points on the road in the second game of the T-Bird Classic. They play at Circle on Saturday night after the girls. The girls play at 6, boys to follow. Another tough matchup for both our girls and boys. 48 hours from right now, a little less actually. As the ball is tipped on the entry pass out of bounds, it'll stay with Collegiate. Argerbright still fighting for his boys, disagreeing with the call verbally.
Almost a very clean. Sorry, Jack.
No.
Almost just a very clean pass right there by Ahmad. Just couldn't get it through all our defenders.
Yeah, Ahmad is somebody who early I thought was going to tear this game up, but he's more so just a facilitator and a really good one as Batiste travels. Turnover Spartans, that's been uncharacteristic for them. They had a brief segment late second quarter where they turned it over a lot, but not a lot since then. Phillips trying to throw it in, and it's poked away by Chege, saves it, and Collegiate saves it again. What a play there by Drumright, and then the putback is good by Chege. That was the best hustle play I've seen of the season by Carter Drumright, and Chege gets his first points of the game. That was crazy good.
Yeah, they kind of just put the whole night into conclusion right there.
Phillips misses a three, gets his own miss, finds Dewey underneath, pump fakes, turns, and airballs on a little jumper as Chege gets the rebound with 3.5 to go. It's been a long night for our Grizzlies.
Yeah, it definitely has been. I'm still in awe how they got that ball away right there when they threw it behind his back, and then they came away with it. As Ahmad will go to the basket and draw a foul, and we'll go shoot two. As Barrett Heston and Caden Blackledge will check in for Carson Lamb and Maddox Dewey.
Asa Ahmad at the line shooting 2 shots.
Labette County scoreless in the fourth quarter with Ahmad at the line shooting a pair. First free throw is nothing but net. One more to come for the senior.
Shackelford and Jack Grace back into the game for Collegiate.
Batiste checks out as well as Chege. Shackelford and Raspberry back in. This is a deep Collegiate team, and they're even banged up a little bit maybe, assuming it's an injury, is Jaden Parker, a sophomore guard who had 21 against Labette last year's out tonight, as is their 6'8 big man off the bench, Judah Cyrus.
I don't even want to see this team with Jaden Parker and that 6'8 Judah Cyrus kid come in here. I mean, they're going to be good this season.
Absolutely, as Heston gets his 6th point of the game. In fact, 6th point of the second half, as Argabright calls for Heston to come up and defend the ball a little bit closer. 2:50 to go in the game. Labette down 54-28. Heston giving Shackelford some fits. Now they interchange with Heston, who's defending the ball. Now back to Shackelford. Across the court pass to Grace. He's played well, defended by Blackledge. Blackledge, a cornerback on the football team. Playing some defense here for Labette County. He's not a cornerback? Oh, okay.
No, he's not playing no more.
Oh, he didn't play this year? He did a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he played corner a couple years ago, I thought, for Labette County. Thanks for correcting me there, Lucas. 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter here in Wichita. Labette trails big. Ball goes in the hands of Simon now. Give off to Grace, pulls up from 8 and connects it. Grace with his 12th point of the contest. Ball goes into Bates, one-arm pass, way up ahead. Nice touch there on that as Blackledge will lay it in with his first points of the season, wearing the varsity uniform. Good pass from Kagan there.
As Barrett almost gets a takeaway, but I do think he just rolls off of his leg and goes out of bounds. So Collegiate will stay with the ball.
Bates still fighting the ball handler mightily. That's Simon. 2 shifty point guards low to the ground, duking it out. Here's Ahmed. Gets by Heston and dishes it right back out to Drumright. He'll look to drive. He'll fade, fire, and miss. 90 seconds to go. Labette County will have it down 26. Phillips riding the hip of his defender, Simon. Double team, whip to Baker. He'll fire off the glass and score. Baker with 18 points. He's had 19 in the first 2 games. Here's Bates with a nice pickpocket on Simon as he shoots an awkward layup with his back to the basket, hits the deck hard and is fouled. 2 free throws for Bates approaching.
Good little drive right there by Kagan. Hopefully he can make both these free throws. Get him some points on the board.
Bates at the line shooting 2 shots.
That's just the second team foul of the quarter on Collegiate, as neither team foul totals will come into play with the scoring margin being what it is, but the first free throw for Bates is good.
Although I think those are only his first points of the game.
They are.
Kagan has hustled
this
whole entire game, whether what the score says or not. He's been playing very phenomenal defense and just keeps hustling.
Kagan knocks down both free throws. Nice trip to the charity stripe for the sophomore. Minute 10 left. Grace still looking for blood. Airballs this three-pointer deep. Saved by Harani into the hands of Blackledge. 60 seconds to go. Bates behind the back, playing loose here in the closing moments of this one. Baker calls for it, looking for his 20th point of the game. Faces up, fires, and hits it.
Basket by Hudson Baker.
First 20-point game of the season for Hudson Baker.
Definitely many more to come in this season.
Without question, Simon elects not to shoot and pulls it down. Labette County will fall to 0-3 on the season and will face a mighty fine T-Bird team on Saturday night around 7:30. Game times are normal. Girls at 6, boys to follow at Towanda, Kansas. Taking on the hosters of the tournament, the Thunderbirds. Always have a good squad, girls and boys. That's the thing. They're always well-rounded there in Towanda as Baker gets a steal underneath. As I spoke with Coach Brad Smith of Independence, longtime Grizzly coach, as the closing moments of this one will come to an end. And Coach Brad Smith, they played Towanda. He said that Circle might be one of the best teams he's ever coached against.
Wow.
That is a quote from him. So Labette County has their hands full on Saturday. They're going to have to rebound in a good way. They took one on the chin and in the gut tonight both. They lose by 20 to Collegiate. We'll be back in 2 minutes with a brief Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. .36 to a stout Wichita Collegiate team that, 56 isn't a ton of points, but that defense is something that we might not ever see again this year. That is an incredible Collegiate
Hopefully
defense.
Hopefully
Right,
not.
yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, no, that was, I don't even know. It was just a rough first quarter for us. Well, rough is probably the best thing I could say about it. But the second quarter came out a lot better. I thought we were going to have somewhat of a run, and we just never could get past their defense. It just gave us so much of a hard time. Third quarter, I don't think we scored, or we may have scored, but not too many points. And then fourth quarter came around, we scored a couple points, but like I said at the beginning of this game, we we couldn't get past this defense. And then at the pregame show, I said we need more scores than just Xavier and Hudson and Dylan, and then it happened. We just had Hudson score 20, and then everyone else scored about 16, which I think just was Xavier and Dylan. I think
total, yeah, almost total.
Yeah, it just didn't go our way, and we need to find those other scores to help bring our team these victories.
After the first quarter, Labette County only lost the game by 2 points.
Wow.
If you combine the scoring totals in the second, third, and fourth quarter, Labette County only lost those 3 quarters by 2 points. They lost by 18 points in the first quarter. So that's the tale right there. End of story. I mean, you know, Collegiate, of course, if they didn't have the lead they did, would have probably maybe played in a little bit different fashion, a little more aggressive, kept some players in, whatnot. I get it. But for fun, we like to break stuff down as broadcasters. They lost the second, third, and fourth quarter by 2 points and the first quarter by 18. Individual scoring totals for you, and then we'll wrap this thing up from Wichita. Hudson Baker with 20 points, Barrett Heston with 6, Dylan Johnson with 4, Xavier Phillips, Kagan Bates, and Caden Blackledge all with 2. For Collegiate, Batiste had 20, Raspberry had 14, Grace had 12. Those were the three. That was the three-headed snake tonight, as Shackelford had 2, Weta didn't score, and Chege, their 6'7" starter, only had 2. So some guys hurt you more than others, but it was that defense more than anything. Labette County will look to rebound on Saturday night, but our girls did win this evening. They moved to 2-1. Girls will play at 6 on Saturday, boys to follow. Meanwhile, our boys 0-3, looking for their first win on Saturday after the conclusion of the girls' game. If you absolutely can't be there on Saturday at 6 to cheer on our squads in their doubleheader against Circle, you can always tune in to 106.7 KLKC or catch us on KLKC Sports on YouTube. For Ian Harlow, Lucas Hayward, I'm Jack Leake. Thank you, Grizzly Nation, for tuning in to another broadcast of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Have a safe drive home if you're tuned in your vehicle, and as always, God bless.